Just to clarify, you guys, okay? I'm not like actually saying like, yeah, okay? Sometimes you just have to clarify those things because some people think that we're talking other things. Community crime. Crime in Canvas. It's Monday. Let's do crime. Crime Monday. Crime on Monday we do crime. Gets partnered on Kick, instantly gets banned. Oops, not what I meant to do. There we go. You were more than just somebody I was destined to meet. See you go half blind when you're looking at me now. All right, let's see what we got up. When you sit there acting like you know me, acting like you only brought me here to get below me. Never mind the death threats. Ew. Blame it on the all I see on this. Okay. Blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the I would much rather than do a trial, like for us to watch. I would much rather do the interrogations. I think that those are a lot more entertaining.
Therapy has always been such a scary idea to me because I simply did not know where to get started. I didn't know how to find my person. I did not know where to go.
Man to man.
Holy fuck. Okay. Okay.
Tell your story. Tell me what happened.
Andrew Sorensen was murdered last October, his body stuffed in the trunk of a car.
That's pretty scary.
I don't think I'd want
around my house with
I don't think I'd want someone to come after me with a machete.
I would go to jail for that again and again and again.
Meet John Eisenman and Brenda Cross. For the past year, this evil couple has desperately tried to cover up their horrific crimes, and now they will meet their end.
And what am I arrested for?
Murder.
Really?
Yeah.
Money.
Go home. Go home.
On October 22nd, 2021, two Spokane locals made a discovery
How's the volume
that
for you
changed
guys,
dozens
too?
of lives forever. A car had recently been abandoned on the street near their homes.
Oops.
After their dogs became obsessed with the vehicle and a
It's
foul
low?
odor began
Okay.
to permeate it, the two decided to investigate. If you ever find yourself in this situation, do yourself a favor and call the police before you open the trunk. Because when the two opened the back of the 90s Honda Accord, they discovered the decomposed body of 19-year-old Andrew Sorensen, who had been missing for over a year. Andrew had abruptly vanished in early November of 2020. His family had been desperately searching for him, fearing for his safety for more reasons than one. Andrew struggled with substance use disorder, and on top of that, had autism and cerebral palsy, which made functioning alone incredibly challenging for him.
Oh my
He
gosh.
was often taken advantage of by friends and strangers, and would frequently welcome unhoused individuals into his home and give them money and food.
Holy shit.
Fortunately, police had a pretty immediate lead about who would attack this teenager, because the car belonged to Brenda Cross, the longtime girlfriend and current fiancée of John Brooks Eisenman. When police learned that Brenda and John's daughter had been dating Andrew at the time of his disappearance, they knew they were on the right track. Due to witness statements, police were able to swiftly arrest John just days after the remains were found. The following footage has been provided to us via FOIA request from the Spokane Police Department. The voice-to-text that you're about to hear the lead detective send to his family as he gets things ready for John Eisenman's arrival sets a pretty good precedent for what's to come.
Not going to make it home very soon, period. Made an arrest in the murder, period. Go ahead and grab yourself some dinner, because it will be a while, period.
What's the dog doing?
I'll have you come in here, John. Yep. Yeah, thanks, sir.
Hey, buddy. You want something to drink? Water or something?
Water would be cool.
Okay.
My
So, hey,
favorite
John,
with
just to
these
let you
things
know,
is when they think
right
that
up
they're
here,
gonna
there's a
get away
camera.
with it.
Okay, so everything in this room is audio and video recorded. Yeah, okay. So, just for the record, hey, it's today's October the 29th of 2021, and it's 4:38 p.m.
Did
Okay?
this during like
And you're good with the
basically lockdown?
camera, the video, all that good stuff? Okay. So, John,
So what,
are you kind of wondering why you're here?
well, I've been talking
So
to
what did
Brenda.
so
and
what
I
did
said, "Man,
so what
maybe,
did they tell you when they
nobody's
arrested
told
you?
me
Did they tell you what the charge
Am
was?
I arrested?
Yeah.
They didn't tell me.
Yeah, they did arrest you, so you are under arrest.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Yeah, so you are under arrest. So,
Mhm.
and
And what am I arrested for?
murder.
Really?
Yeah, you are arrested for
Murder.
murder. Yeah. And obviously, my job as a detective is I investigate. I've been doing this for 36 years.
Mhm.
So, in fact, I'm hoping to do like one more, and you're going to see me retire.
Good for you.
But I've been doing this for 36 years, and I've learned over the course of that years that there's always two sides
He's
of the
like
story.
so
I mean, I
like
understand that. Nothing that happens in a person's life is black and white. I mean, there's gray areas. There's things that happen in our lives that affect how we act, what we do, and nothing's black and white. And I get that sometimes people that are good people, and I'm one of those people, can make a bad decision based on emotion or events or several other things.
Oh, he's
so
doing
what
that
I like to do is I always
psychological
like to
thing.
collect both sides of the story because I know there's two sides of a story. So I've kind of collected this side of the story. That
So who's murdered?
Huh?
Who's murdered?
Well, how about this? Because I could tell you the name, and I will tell you it here. Because I'm going to be,
Okay.
what I will tell you, John, is as we talk, I'm going to be honest with you. Not going to bullshit you, not going to lie to you, not going to trick you. I'm going to be honest with you. Okay?
Okay.
Because that's who I am. I don't f***ing lie to people. I don't trick them. Like I told you earlier, there's always two sides of a story. So my job is to gather the facts, the information, and everything else, and then try to make an intelligent decision about what
Y'all,
it is.
do you think
Okay?
he's gonna be compliant?
So obviously,
or no?
the thing is, you've been arrested, which I told you that, and you've been brought down here to a police.
I mean, they handcuffed me. They didn't
Yeah.
tell me they were
Okay.
arresting me. I mean,
Okay, but well, I'll tell you that.
But
you're-
I assumed.
yeah, you probably assumed that when they put handcuffs on you and put you in a police car, that you were probably under arrest.
No, I thought it had something to do with the car because me and Brenda have been talking. Like, wonder what they found in
Right.
there.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Did someone do a robbery?
Well,
in it?
and I would love, like I said, that's what I want to talk to you about in this room
They
tonight.
get
And
rewarded.
like I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I can only imagine if you're down here at the detectives division, you got to think that this is pretty serious, right? I mean, you're not down here for a littering ticket or a trespass or a shoplifting,
Well,
right?
when I seen your car, major crimes.
Yep.
They don't come out just for say how you doing.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, we usually don't. Yeah, do courtesy calls.
not too much.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
so
I think he's just
understandably,
being, like,
you've been
nice
under
about
arrest.
things, you know
like
what
you
I
said,
mean?
you got put in handcuffs. You got taken down here. Now you're put in a room. There's two detectives sitting here. Okay. In order for me to have a conversation with you, okay.
Welcome back,
Have you
Robbie.
ever watch TV? You ever watch cop shows? Okay. So you probably know. In order for me to have a conversation with you, I have to advise you of your rights. That's a requirement that they make of me anytime I bring a person in here to speak to you. So what I want to do is read your rights, and if you decide to talk to me, then I will tell you what I know, the reason you're here, and pretty much anything you want to know. How does that sound?
The officer reads John
could
his
don't
Miranda
work.
rights. I'd like to think that during the spiel, he's thinking about just how ridiculous everything John has said so far is. For starters, police absolutely told John he was under arrest and what the charges were when he was arrested.
Yeah, you're not just
Apparently,
gonna be brought
John
down
hasn't
somewhere.
actually seen enough cop shows because that interaction is literally in every single one. While John is happy to disclose any and all information to law enforcement, his fiancée Brenda has a very different reaction.
So like I said, we're here to talk about the car, okay? Okay. So this is kind of a pain in the ass, and I apologize. But when we bring people down here for a formal statement, and because you're on camera and because there's video, they require that we read you your rights, okay?
So am I under arrest?
No, nope, you're not under arrest. Okay, I'm just trying to find out information about the car, okay?
Wait, so she's not under arrest, but the other
well,
guy
I
is?
don't think so. I can tell you this, okay? You know, and if you feel uncomfortable, then we won't read it. And like I said, I guarantee you're going to go home today. So, if you don't feel comfortable with me reading that, then,
No, I'm
you
okay
know,
with it. I thought you only read something like this if you're under arrest.
no.
Brenda should have asked for an attorney, just like John should be asking for one now. Instead, detectives guide the conversation towards the car that Andrew was located inside.
All right. So, you remember when I came up and talked to you, I guess it was last Friday, about the car, all right?
Bye.
So let's just kind of go back over that just real quick,
Yes,
because obviously
big
that wasn't being
partner.
recorded when I talked to you. I told you that we had found that 1991
How was
Honda
your weekend?
Accord, and it was parked over in Hilliard. And then I think I'd asked you, because the car is
Also, don't
registered
forget,
to
y'all.
your girlfriend, right? And her name is
If you get 5 subs, you get a personalized cat butt drawn for you based off of your personality, how I see you, that sort of thing. 10 subs is a karaoke song, and 20 daily subs we put on our hot dog costume, and then in increments of 20 we will put it on for X amount of time, and then every 50 subs for the month will be a new emote, and then every 100 subs for the month will be a merch giveaway.
Brenda Cross. Okay.
Oh my
And then
gosh,
you
we
guys
had
live
so much
together
fun
on
this
Joseph?
weekend.
Okay. So do you remember when you bought that car?
So much fucking fun.
Not exactly.
Okay.
Whenever I registered, whenever Brenda registered.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
It was supposed to be registered. I was gonna register it in my name, and then it sat there for a long time.
Still house searching. Ugh.
Right.
And I said, well, just give it to Ashley. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
bought it for anyway. And she
Right.
went down and gave it to her. I didn't know she didn't give it to her in her name.
Oh, okay. You didn't know she left it in her name.
And then they got in a fight. And all of a sudden she comes back with the car, and I'm going, well, me and her fought over that one. You know, it's like, well, why don't you just turn around and go give it to her?
Is he
Right.
basically like,
Why would you do that to your daughter?
Right.
Take her own name. I just didn't get it.
Yeah. Now, if that's her only transportation, why do you take it back?
So then it's out there for a while.
Right.
Steven, what's up? Hello, Alto. I am wearing my hot dog costume.
Couple months.
Right.
And all of a sudden disappeared. You know, where did it go?
Oh, okay.
You know, and I thought, and I go, did you sell it? And she said, no.
Right.
And she's, I thought you did something with it. And I thought, and she goes, well, maybe Ashley took it. And I went
Right.
by Cortland several times. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
That's where she lives, East 24 Cortland.
Right.
Just the car would be down there. I mean, maybe she'd park it up top, but
Right. Should be somewhere around her house.
right, but not.
Okay.
And then she says, well, maybe Steffi,
It's crazy how many people will
Oh, now
like.
Steffi,
my
she's
daughter.
okay. So
Yeah.
that's actually daughter, but
My daughter,
okay. I'm sorry, your daughter. And what's
Talk
her last name?
without an attorney.
So okay. So you thought maybe she had it?
maybe.
Okay.
She was AWOL at the time.
Oh, okay.
Running around with her boyfriend.
Gotcha.
Reportedly, Brenda and John's daughter got her GED and left high school early, allegedly due to drug use and health issues. She and Andrew
Find a
began
cheaper
dating
location?
sometime in
Absolutely.
2019 or 2018. Several posts on her Facebook, which we are keeping private to protect her as a victim, allude to being homeless and living on the streets.
So, well, obviously, you know, when I came up and talked to Brenda on Sunday, you were up cleaning the yard, and then Brenda came out and sat in the car with me, and because I was just asking her about the car and stuff. So, kind of talk to me about. She was telling me some things that happened with Stephanie, involving some kid, and you guys had to go to Seattle, and pick her up.
boyfriend sold her over.
It was wait. I did what?
Like, when you say
Sold her to us.
The
Right?
daughter. Yep.
and when was that?
Well, it was starting to get cold in the rainy season, so
Okay.
yeah, 2019,
Okay.
20 or 2020. Let me think. 2020.
Okay. Also, just
Just
last
about a
year.
year.
Okay.
Yeah. Year
And you said this was
8
her
months.
her boyfriend,
Mhm.
and what was his name?
Andrew.
Okay.
trying to think what his last name is. Or he had 2 last names.
Oh.
But Andy.
So how did these two first meet?
This cop's just
friend of
like, or
hers,
detective
you
is
know.
very like chill. But I think that's
Ben.
like his like
Benji.
way of getting
Okay.
people to talk, you know.
Ben that I was with, a little kid, 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid.
Okay.
And she met him that way.
Okay. So when did she meet him? Do you remember?
Early summer.
Early summer of just this last year.
2019,
Okay.
I believe. Or
So
maybe late summer of 2019.
okay. So they meet through this kid Benjamin.
And they knew other people.
Okay. And then do they like, are they friends? Do they turn into like dating? What kind of relationship do they end up in?
Kind of like they were buds kicking around, you
Okay.
know. I think there was at some point or whatever.
Right.
They were robbing me blind, you know, and I kept looking at them and I was going, I said, you know, if it wasn't for my daughter, I'd be beating your ass right now.
Right. So were they both stealing from you, or
She
your
was
daughter?
allowing it.
She was allowing it?
taking him into my house.
Okay. So now did he stay at your house for a while, or he was just
No,
she was
no.
allowing him to come over?
And take stuff.
What kind of shit were they taking from you?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. I got, if you go look at the house, it's full of everything. It's crazy.
Right.
There's Wii systems, Xbox 360s, there's games, there's
Right?
You know.
Like, just tell me everything.
every
Thank
one
you.
of my kids didn't even actually, you know, I always got them the TV, I always got them the game system, always
Right.
got me blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Spoil them, I guess, I don't know. But, no, and like, a friend of mine died, and gave me knives and this and that, and memorabilia stuff.
Like,
and they were taking that.
That's
Oh.
crazy.
So I'm guessing, obviously Stephanie's your daughter.
Mhm.
Sounds to me like almost like Andrew was like, was he like coercing your daughter into this, or like
Yeah.
tricking
yeah.
her, or
Well,
her, or what?
well,
Groom.
but he was
So you
doing
think
it.
Andrew was
Because
grooming?
soon, all of a sudden, she started like really hating on her mom, and then believing like some goofy stuff like she held me down when I was 12 years old, beating on me, and I was going, your mother has never ever.
Right.
The only time she's ever hit you is when you hit her,
Right.
and then you called her, and she didn't even hit you then you called her a C word,
Right.
and then she did. She struck out and hit her.
Right. Right.
Okay, but I mean, what are you antagonizing your mom? Don't
Right.
poke the bear. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So
I believe they, you know, some of the stuff they were with, she was believing because they were keeping her high, and she was high all the time.
Oh,
On
Andrew,
that.
Andrew was. Was there more than just Andrew, or mainly Andrew that was doing all this?
Yeah.
Dang,
Alex.
there's so much like
Okay.
happening and
Yeah,
unfolding.
Okay.
Because I remember her telling me that Alex held her down because he couldn't even get the phone from her,
Oh.
and
Okay.
so.
So well, do you know what? So that when they were stealing this stuff, were they like pawning it, or what do you think?
Somewhat. Some
Somewhat.
was pawned.
So you think they
Product, what's up?
basically wanted the money is what they
Traded
wanted.
for dope.
Okay, so they
Whatever.
could dope up on it.
Mhm.
Okay. How long did this go on where they were stealing shit from you?
Shit, for about 6 months.
Oh, okay. And was there a point where you said, I don't want that guy in my house?
Oh yeah, I know. And I told him. I said, "What?" And I told him, dude, you don't even know.
Right.
You know, I mean, if it wasn't that my daughter likes you,
Right.
He is. He's literally like,
you're
here,
right now.
you got a minute?
Understand.
And he didn't think I could because he's, you know, 18, 19.
So basically,
now,
he's
you
giving
know,
him all
they
the
get so
information?
cocky.
Right. Right.
Well, now
For
I'm an
motives.
old gray-haired man, you know.
I learned a long time ago, old gray-haired
Don't-
men are the ones you don't mess with.
Don't underestimate anybody.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that one.
This gray-haired man makes it pretty clear that he wanted to beat the snot out of Andrew. And though he claims that his daughter and Andrew were just buds, Andrew's social media at this time makes an entirely different suggestion. He made several posts in August of 2020, shortly before his murder, about being engaged. There is no name attached to his engagement, but the timing certainly lines up.
The fuck?
Johns claims that Andrew was a groomer who sold his daughter is the major focus of this case. with a completely shocking outcome. One thing you will see thrown around quite a lot throughout this interrogation are statements that Andrew groomed John's daughter, who was allegedly underage when they began dating. After looking at both of their birth dates, we confirmed that in reality the two were only 13 months apart in age, and neither was attending high school when they began dating.
So while this was going on, was your daughter, like, so she's living with you guys, and then Andrew would just pop in, or?
Kinda. She really wasn't. She was,
okay.
She was living with Natasha, you know, like on Beacon Hill for a while, and then down by Peaceful Valley. They were camping out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So at some point in talking,
but she got hit. She got ran over by a car on Nevada.
Holy fuck! Ocean!
She got an award
Thank
of money,
you.
$22,000.
Thank you so much. How are you
And
doing?
then she's, you know, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that, I'm gonna buy Andrew a car, and I said, why?
right?
Y'all go follow Ocean, please, and thank you.
And I told her many times.
Ocean, we're watching some crazy shit right now.
I can tell, you know, he's just a shitball, and she said, everybody hates him, you know, but he's got kids, and I really just want to get him a car, and I hope he gets out of town,
right?
Because a lot of people were after him.
Oh, okay.
A lot of them, and
a lot of people were after him. Okay. Busy these days. That's completely fair. I just got back.
He go riding off in the sunset and everything.
Taking the weekend off.
He got the car.
Okay.
Hanging out with
Walked her out of her
friends,
own
so
bank account because her memory. And so he just
definitely
changed
was
it.
needed.
She ain't got no ID. She can't even go into the bank. COVID, all that. Anyway. So he had to buy her a $9,000 car. Took pretty much the rest of her money. I mean, she got some of it, I guess.
Where did
she was a willing participant.
Where did they get the money
from?
from?
When you go in and you take money out and you hand it to them,
right?
You're giving it to them. That's you giving it. You know, when you go and, you know, but that's an argument between me and her.
Right.
But so after he got her locked out of her account and had access to it, then he took her to not quite Seattle, in the hill coming down, whatever little town, and sold her. If you're lucky to get away.
Right.
I told her, I said, well, you know, because the guy that was dragging her around, taking her, he said, I know your dad. And it was like, really? And it wasn't like the next place they went.
Right. Some
black people ran in, frantic, saying, you know, that she's from a rich family in Oregon, Portland, Oregon, blah, 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 and they're racist, you know, and just causing a scene, and there was some mace there, and she was able to spray the mace, get out, and, well, that don't happen. Just, you know, I told her, I said, I think he staged it.
Right.
It's for you to get away.
Oh, to help her?
Just how often do they get away?
Not usually. Once they suck him into that black hole, they don't escape.
I told her I was Mississippi, and I believe he did, you know.
Right.
I mean, I got some words for him, because one, why are you doing this type of business?
Right.
But he was a hang around. I was in a bike club for a while.
Right.
Queensville Bike Club, and he was a hang around. At like
so it sounds to me like there's just a lot of
so
like.
I knew when she said, anytime she who
bad
it was,
things
and I go, oh, it's Doug, and she goes, yeah, that was his name.
They were getting into.
So I know who he is.
Right.
That was quite a story. John's a rambler, so let's break it down. He claims that Andrew sold his daughter, who was bought by a client who actually knew John from his biker club days. Then, a group of black men burst into the room and started a fight. During the fight, John's daughter was able to mace the men and escape, which he all attributes to his friend getting her out of the situation. Does it sound as far-fetched to you as it does to us?
Yes.
This is his wife's take on the matter.
She says she was gone for 2 weeks. It didn't seem like 2 weeks to me, though.
Okay.
It only seemed like a few days.
So did she say how long how long a period was she sold and having?
But yeah, doing pretty good, Ocean. We were talking a lot about DreamHack
things that she did not want to do.
Mm-hmm. And
Atlanta
it seems like there was a guy
over the weekend as
that
well.
I don't know how it's ended up with, or what's going on with it, but I guess there was a guy that knew John, her dad.
Don't forget,
John
y'all,
used
if
to
you
be
would
in
like to
Queens
get your
Overnight
very
Club.
own personalized cat
And so
butt
this guy used to be at
drawn.
around.
Okay.
5 gifted
And,
subs.
not in the club.
Right.
We got
but,
Hoofy, we got
like,
Miss Murder,
just
and we got
went to
Jugsy up here
runs and
as
stuff,
well.
And was like a friend of somebody that was in the club, but not John.
Right.
He just happened to know John from there.
Right.
And so this
10
guy,
gifted subs,
Creed,
it's a karaoke song.
was part of the So,
Nice.
and he recognized Stephanie,
Okay.
I guess,
Okay.
from John.
Okay.
So for some reason, he had his eye out on our family. or
See, I
something.
always
don't know.
wonder
You know,
if,
a
like,
sicko.
Right.
And
people's
Stephanie
minds,
was really young at the
they
time.
think if they're
when we were going
cooperative
to
and they
the
give
Queens Overnight
information,
Club.
if they'll
Right.
be fine.
And so
You know what I
it's
mean?
Like, surprised you even remember her. You know, nobody else. But I don't know, something about him.
Cat
But
butt.
he, I guess,
Won't be
let
going this
Stephanie
year?
go,
Yeah,
or somehow helped
we were
her.
debating on, like, if we were gonna do an Airbnb,
Police reports and witnesses tell a very different story about what
hotel,
happened
like,
to
all
John's
that
daughter.
sort of stuff. So
On October 20th, 2020,
we're trying to see who's
Andrew
gonna,
drove
like,
John's daughter and
for
2
sure be
additional friends
going.
to Renton, Washington to pick up their substance of choice. On the way, the group reportedly smoked, and Andrew then dropped his 3 passengers off at a 7-Eleven. He said he would return, but never came back. The following morning, at 6 a.m., John's daughter called 911 and told officers that she and her friends had been abandoned by her partner. They were adults, so officers provided them with resources, but took no further steps, because John's daughter allegedly became uncooperative. It was learned by detectives that Andrew never returned because his car had been stolen soon after he left the 7-Eleven. On October 23rd, 3 days after the group of 4 arrived in Renton, John and Brenda went to pick up their daughter outside of Seattle. Essentially, this left her with 2 full days unaccounted for. What happened in those 2 days, and whether Andrew was to blame for it, has been a major source of drama in this case.
So, yeah, some guy calls us up. First he called us
Okay.
from like a hamburger joint or something. And mom was on a,
did they do it, or was it the daughter?
and couldn't
I know Miss
talk, said,
Murder.
I'll call you back,
Right.
right? Well, she
I was
left.
like, look, maybe we could
And so
ask
then we
her to
didn't
move
hear
the
from
date.
her until the next day.
Right.
And so the guy called up and said, she found your daughter walking down the street without a coat, it's pouring down rain. You know, and the guy ended up being kind of homeless himself. He was working at a hotel that was shut down, and he stayed there. And we took off right away and came and got him.
Wow.
Right.
She didn't even tell us anything happened.
Okay.
We're downtown going on the rides and stupid stuff like that, wasting all day.
How dare she?
Then as we're
Are you
heading
in
out
the
of
wedding
town,
or
I'm
no?
getting kind of tired. I lay down in the back. About George, they're waking me up because Steffi told her some events that happened, you know. And that's,
Right.
I mean, we would have took her to the hospital right away. You know,
Right.
it's like, come on, you know. So, but she didn't want to press no charges against him. She didn't, you know, because she still was hoping he'd just ride off in the sunset. He got that car stolen. I don't even know, a Lexus or something.
Right.
So, who knows?
So you guys get there. Was Andrew there when you got there?
No.
Okay. So you guys get there, and what does she tell you
Very
happened,
life.
or why?
Damn it.
I mean,
She was pretty vague,
okay.
but at the same time, she's really angry.
Right.
But we didn't know exactly what happened. All I really knew is that her and Andrew got into a fight.
Okay.
And this is all she was letting me know.
Right.
And that he left her in Seattle. On the way back, she starts telling
Guilty.
me. I said, so what's been going on with you? What's happened? And then she tells me that she was abandoned by, or sold for drugs for $1,000 from Andrew to somebody in.
So Andrew sold her for $1,000 and for some drugs. And basically, did it sound like she actually? I mean, did she get stuck having to sadly have guys, or was she
Oh,
able
yeah.
to? Oh, so that she wasn't able to escape until she actually ended up having some Johns.
Mm-hmm.
There is a report from Sacred Heart Hospital confirming that the family did indeed bring their daughter in on October 23rd. But what happened during this hospital visit brings up more questions than it does answers. In the hospital report, John's daughter initially claimed that an unknown person approached her and sold her for substances for a few days. Then she changed her story, claiming that Andrew had been selling her in Seattle for 3 weeks and that she had escaped and was homeless, trying to get home. Investigators confirmed that based on the timeline of events, it was obviously impossible for her to have been homeless in Seattle for that long. Later, she would tell police that she believed the man who picked her up knew Andrew and that the two had made an exchange with her as the currency. Now, we want to make it clear, we aren't saying that this woman hasn't gone through something horrific, and we aren't diminishing any trauma that she's been through. Substance use and homelessness significantly increase an individual's chance of being trafficked. However, it's been confirmed that there is absolutely no proof that she was sold by Andrew or that any trafficking took place.
So I'm trying to figure out,
Yet
was
the
it
story
like
continues.
So she basically told you that Andrew
her parents
sold her
that
into this
killed him, or was it her?
for $1,000. Piece of shit.
Yeah.
So how long was she caught up in this bullshit before she was able, or your friend or however, before she was able to escape?
I think a day or two. I think once he figured out who she was,
Right.
and goes, oh shit, I know your dad.
Right.
And like I said, the next place, that little stage thing happened. I told her that ain't real. You know, I mean, well, and you're not from Portland, and you don't have a rich family.
Right. So the horrible thing,
and
obviously.
I'm really not racist. I mean,
Right.
to a point.
Right.
You know, and I'm racist against white that want to act like blacks.
Right.
Yeah, no, they're worse. and a bunch of blacks that want to act a bunch of shitballish. Yeah, no, I'll stand right up.
Right.
Right. Because Andrew, he was trying to fly some colors, you know.
Oh, was he? So what kind of colors was Andrew flying?
Well, he's wearing this little blue thing.
Oh, okay.
You know, trying to.
So was he trying to associate with the Crips? Is that what you
Yeah,
thought?
so Andrew is
And then I
dead.
come to find out that they ain't even called any of that anymore. They got all kinds. They're going, oh, you're old school. And I go, oh.
She was taking up both weekends
Right.
that you were supposed to be born on Halloween, and then wow.
Whatever. But I told him, I said, well, you know, maybe you might want to
Tell her
reach
to
out
get
and
her
talk
own
to
days.
a couple of your guys about me before you go doing anything stupid.
Right.
Because I was in jail like in 95 or 6 or something. And 7 black guys running this tank. 40 white guys acting like little. And I'm going, wait a minute. We can outnumber them, this and that. Oh no, we're good. I said, well, I'm not.
Right.
I guess I'll take care of it. And so
Hold
the
on
next
one second,
meal
y'all.
I came
I'm
out,
gonna
I sat
go
my
pee.
plate down at the table, and I said, that's my table. And I'm thinking, it's mine.
Right.
John's claim that he's not a racist, you know, to a certain extent, is totally checking out here. If you're trying to look innocent when you're being questioned about a violent murder, you probably shouldn't repeatedly talk about what a badass you were in prison and how many people were afraid of you. John continues to do that for several minutes. For the record, there is no confirmation that Andrew was in a gang.
So when you went over and picked up Stephanie in Seattle, or we're just outside of Seattle and grabbed her, was that piece of shit Andrew there at all? Did you see him?
No.
Okay. You didn't run into him, didn't see him. Did you ever hear what happened to him? Did he get back to
I heard,
Spokane?
I heard that, and Steffi told me that he got the car stolen from him by a girl. A girl stole the car.
Right.
And I think she had it out at like Pines and somewhere.
Right.
Off the freeway. But yeah, no, I never seen him.
Okay.
I
So,
don't think she ever seen him either.
oh, Stephanie. Okay.
But she had a hard time. She tried going to some treatment and it didn't work out.
Right.
And she just wanted out of Spokane.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah, what does that necessarily mean?
And took off to California.
Too many horrible memories. Right. So when you obviously, did you ever see that piece of shit in Spokane again? No.
No. No, I don't think so.
See, he's trying to get him with the whole like,
Too
I
many people
understand.
after him.
Right.
Hi, Cupcake.
There was a lot of people.
Oh, was there?
Oh, yeah.
Doing
Okay.
pretty
Giving
good.
me
How are
shit,
you?
and Treachery shit all
And
over the
thank
place.
you.
And I don't think that was the first girl.
We're
we
just
sold.
painting and watching
okay.
some crime.
Mhm.
Y'all go follow Cupcake.
So
Do it.
people not happy with him.
Yeah, and Steffi
How was
told
your
me,
weekend?
and that's why she wanted to get him in the car and get him out of town, because she's running around with him, and people are chasing him all over the place, and they're having to run and hide and do all kinds of crazy stuff
Oh, okay.
because people are after him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, I get it.
Damn, like.
Well, and as a father, I can't imagine how you felt about the piece of shit.
Well, it's like I told him, I mean, if it wasn't for her, I would have bashed her head in a long time ago.
Obviously, John, I mean, you know I'm a major crimes detective.
Mhm.
Okay, I mean, I told you that from day one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hi,
I'm gonna be
Sai, how are you
completely honest
doing?
with you. I mean, you're sitting here for a reason.
It's good to see you.
We don't arrest people unless we have evidence.
Uh-oh.
So, I mean, I just didn't decide today that I was going to go out and arrest John just because. I mean, there's a reason that I arrested you. I've been pretty much working this thing nonstop since Friday, early morning of Friday, from about, I think I started at about 2 in the morning, and I'm pretty much 24/7.
Games with friends and
I've got
support
some
some
sleep,
friends.
don't get me wrong.
24-hour
But I've been compiling
charities. Let's
evidence
go.
And,
What
you know,
were the
everything
charities
else
for?
and figuring what's going on, okay? As a caveat, before we delve into it, I'm going to tell you.
Which y'all,
Andy's
if you didn't already know too,
and I understand why
it is
sometimes
Mental
things
Health
happen to
Awareness
people that are
Month.
pieces of shit. It happens. And sometimes good people like yourself get to the point where, like we talked about earlier, this is the line in the sand. This is what you did. You're going to pay for what you did. And I'm on that same page with you. I get it. I get it. I'm a father. I completely understand. I understand that in any situation there are certain circumstances that you push a person
Timothy,
so
what's going
far
on?
and you do certain things to either that person or his children, there's going to be consequences. And I completely understand
Also,
that.
y'all, don't forget
I
you
just
get
want to tell
yourself
you that.
made
You know,
into
I'm
your
sorry that we're
own
meeting under these
personalized cat butt.
circumstances. Let's put it this way. Okay, for that I apologize. You're a decent guy. You've worked hard your whole life. I hate to see you sitting in a police interview room. I really do. You seem like a nice guy. And for that, like I said, I'm sorry. But as you can imagine, you know, once I got called Friday night, you know, I had a job to do.
Oh, no.
So, you know, and that's all I'm doing. Okay? So, I'll be honest with you, and I think sitting here is as one grown man to another. So, like I said, you know, I'm going to be completely honest with you. You know, you didn't expect that car to be found. I know that when it was found. You know what was in the trunk as well as I do. Okay? But I know there's extenuating circumstances. And I know you're not some vicious killer that decided, you know, I'm bored. I'm just going to go kill somebody because it's funny or it's because it's amusing or whatever. There was a reason this happened. And I understand that.
Why'd it cut off the little... Wow! Mr. Hoofy with the 5 gifted subs! As always, y'all, if you received a gifted sub, please say a special thank you and enjoy those emotes that come along with it. Let's fucking go! That is a personalized cat butt right there. That is a personalized cat butt. Let's go! Hoofy, how's work going for you? I hope it's going well. I hope they're being nice to you. So we are 7 away from keeping, keeping our hot dog costume on for another hour, y'all. We could be a Wiener all day. Wiener all day, you know? So let me get this situated. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, there we go. I want to cry, but it's all stress I'm putting on myself. Stress about what? Like, because of work or just, like, life in general? It's fine. Well, you know what? If you need to cry, you cry, okay? Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, or I will be on one of these shows. I'm just kidding. But I love you, okay?
I truly do. And I get it. I understand it. I'm a father. I get it. I've got a daughter. I
Hi,
understand
Michael.
it.
Thank you so much.
But sadly, I have a job to do.
Right.
So, you know, that's all I'm doing here today.
Right.
Okay? So, I guess what I'm looking for you is, I just need you to tell me, in your words, I know there's extenuating circumstances.
Being way too hard on
Did this
yourself,
guy
Fifi.
say, F you? Did you contact him? Did you try to talk to him?
Giving
Did
you the
something
biggest
happen? Was he a smug
My
little,
dog did.
was he like a smug little
You know,
punk?
No, I'm thinking
You know.
he stole that goddamn car.
You're thinking he stole what car?
That Honda.
The Honda? Okay.
Must have.
Okay.
You know, I thought, for a long time we thought Astral had it, and then,
Okay, I got this.
like you
I
said,
got
then
this,
Brenda
ready?
said, Stephanie, and I'm going, Steffi can't drive.
Right.
We'd be, called by the paramedics coming to get her because she's getting a wreck so fast.
Right.
You know, night times, like,
Right.
whoa.
Right.
No, I've driven with her, tried to, and said, pull over, now.
Well, John, you know as well as I do, this is not about him stealing that car. Okay, you know that, I know that.
Well,
You know as well as I
Well,
do.
I know,
You know as well as I do that his body was in the trunk of that car. You know that. You know that. And you know, like I said, I've gathered evidence. There's forensics evidence. There's biological evidence. There's DNA evidence. That's the reason you're sitting in this room today. Okay? Man to man, you killed him. It is what it is. I get it. He's a piece of shit. He your daughter. He sold her for $1,000, and he's a piece of shit. I get it. Okay?
Normally, this is when perps start disagreeing with detectives or putting on the waterworks. But John and his wife, once again, have very different reactions.
They end up looking inside the vehicle, okay? So what do you think we found in the vehicle?
I have no idea.
Okay? See this? Remember what you read? What do you think we found in the vehicle?
Was there weapons or something?
No. Homicide, right?
Okay.
What do you think we found in the vehicle?
I don't know.
Well, if I'm a homicide investigator, what do homicide investigators do?
Say investigation.
The only thing I could think of was there a weapon or something that you used? You said you found something in the vehicle.
I don't investigate weapons. What do homicide investigators do? What do we investigate?
Murders.
Murders. You just said the $100 question. So what do you think I found in your vehicle? A body.
Really?
Yep. And you know what? I know from my investigation that you know that. Okay, so let me tell you, Brenda, this ain't my first rodeo. I've been doing this 36 years, and I know that you exactly know everything about this thing. Okay? Now what I want you to do, Brenda, is don't dig yourself into a hole. Okay? Because you don't want to go down that road. Because you don't want to get yourself caught up in something that at this point, right now in this avenue, you have a chance to maybe kind of get off on a side road and help yourself. If you stay on the main road, you could be in a lot of trouble. Okay? I'm trying to give you an opportunity here we need to talk about everything that happened involving this.
Did you want me to get an attorney? Am I being accused of murdering?
No, at this point, I'm not accusing you of murder.
Because I didn't know
Okay,
there was a body in that car.
Okay, but let me tell you this. Who do you think that body was in that car, if you had to guess?
Considering that somebody's missing, possibly Andrew.
Okay?
She did it.
Okay. And Brenda, I've developed
I
information.
hope that was not the case.
Okay? We've developed information. I know for a fact that John was involved. Okay? I know that for a fact. So, like I said, I'm just looking for you to be honest with me. Okay? I'm not sitting here accusing you of murder, but what I am saying is you need to be completely honest with me about what happened, because you have knowledge reference this incident. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I know for a fact that you have knowledge. So what I need you to do is you need to sit here and we need to talk, and you need to tell me the knowledge that you have reference what occurred. That's what I need from you. John did it. I know that. Okay. Your boyfriend is going to be arrested shortly.
The computer.
So this is a time for you to be honest with me about what happened, because I know you have knowledge. Right? You know what happened. Okay. I'm not accusing you of murdering him. But Brenda, it's time to be honest with me.
You're accusing John of murdering him?
I wrote
Yes.
smart.
Yes.
Back in John's interrogation next door, this is exactly what detectives are doing.
Tell me what led up to it. What happened? What did he do? Just be honest with me, so I can go to a judge and go,
I gotta
look,
color it
this
in,
guy's
though.
a good guy. He worked for the county for 18 years. He's an upstanding guy. This guy is daughter. Okay? You can only push a man so far
Thank you, Mr.
before
Herbie.
we draw that line in the sand and say, this isn't right. This isn't right what he did. My daughter will pay for this for the rest of her life. It is not right.
Murder's not right either. Though.
Well, sometimes it is what it is. Okay?
Well, the
Sometimes
judge and jury ain't gonna say that.
But
They
a judge
still-
and a jury will hear your story.
sides.
They'll hear your story.
Mhm.
But it's important for you to tell your story,
Right.
because a jury needs to hear your story. When a jury is looking at this video, are they looking at you and going, you know what? This guy's a prick who is just an asshole and he shouldn't have done it? Or is it a jury who listens to your side of the story on this video and goes, you know what? I got a daughter. I get it. I understand why this guy did what he did. I understand it. Okay? I understand it. They need to hear that from you. They need to hear your side of the story. It's important.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
for
that,
you.
like...
For what happens after this. This is your chance. This is your chance to tell that jury right there what happened and why this piece of shit got what he deserved. That's all I'm telling you, man to man.
Right.
Tell your story. Tell me what happened.
Well, I'd like to kill him.
Okay?
I really, but no, he stole the car.
Sticking to it, you guys.
Well, you killed him. I know that. So,
Okay.
once again, John,
How do you know I killed him?
because I have evidence, I have statements. There's more people.
Statements.
There's more people than you that know about this.
Hmm.
I don't have you arrested here for no reason. Okay? Once again, I'm just trying to get you to tell the people that you'll eventually talk to in front of a jury what happened. Okay? Just tell me what happened. I know about the property up north. I know that you never intended for that car to end up in the city of Spokane. That was got to be like a.
Well,
I mean, and let's be
Yes,
honest.
she knows.
You had to have an oh shit moment when the police showed up on your doorstep Friday.
I haven't
you
seen
had to
Sinners
go.
yet.
I'm sure you're.
It is. We are drawing cat butts for our monthly incentives. If you gift 5 subs, you get your own personalized cat butt. And that is what we are doing. I was thinking about doing a giveaway for this at the end of the month too. But yes, over on Kick, we are on right now. We actually just got partnered the other day, and this is my first stream as a partner over on Kick. So if you definitely want to come on by, hang out with us over there, you're more than welcome to. I hear it's really, really good. Yeah, I still need to see it, but I hear nothing but great things about it. But thank you, everybody. Those of you that have partaken in our wonderful cat butts, I appreciate it. Jugs has a life alert button on him. See? Yep. Mr. Hoofy is smart with tech, and he works on the computer. And then Miss Murder contemplates violence all the time, so she's holding a knife. And then Hoofy has a froggy right there. And maybe I'll give you like a pillow too. Yeah, cause cozy. You think it's one of the best movies so far? Really?
Everybody
I need a life
could
alert
see I
button.
was having an
Fair
all-shit
enough.
moment,
I could
'cause
tell.
looked right at it and
I
was like,
could tell you were.
No, I
So
haven't.
you know
Robert.
right there when the major crimes detectives walked up, you went.
Oh, yeah.
They found Andrew's body. You knew it.
Thank
And that's
you,
all.
Sai.
I mean, we're being honest, right? We're being real men. We walked up and you went,
And
fuck
she
that.
really don't know much about it.
Brenda doesn't?
No.
Okay.
fucking-
Well, that's one thing I told Brenda too. It's like, Brenda, obviously,
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't want to get her in trouble,
Right.
The only way she would get in trouble is if she knows things that you told her, or she witnessed things you
But
did.
yeah, I haven't really
And
gone
you're
through
telling
my
me that's not the
messages
case.
like
Okay,
anywhere.
so you're telling me that,
But thank you, Sai.
was she involved in the murder? No. Okay. Was she
And
present?
it wasn't even.
Was she
really
present
gonna
when
be a murder?
Okay, so what
Okay.
happened? What happened? Tell me.
Well, he was gonna rob a friend of mine
Okay.
after all this, you know.
Okay.
And I said, who are you dealing with? And he told me, I said, he's bad news, dude. I said, call him up and get him to come over, you know.
Okay.
And
So do you think the wife had any involvement with it, you guys?
And he's like, and I said, oh yeah, you know, and we sat there and we talked. And he lied a couple times, you know, and I said no.
Or do you think it was all him?
No, you don't get to lie. And then finally he admitted, yeah, I sold her for $1,000.
Right.
My daughter didn't tell me she got sold for $1,000. He told me he sold her for $1,000.
Right.
And that's still, and I said,
Bruh.
you're being honest with me, just like
Right.
And I said, so I'm thinking we can work through this.
Right.
You know, and
Like, if that's the
still
case, like-
matter and shit, and I go, why? Why would you?
What do you do in that
My daughter's got a
situation?
good heart. She wanted to help you out, and then he spit on me. Okay.
Yep.
And that's when he got zip tied.
Okay.
And the sock stuffed in his mouth.
Okay.
And I still wasn't gonna. And somebody, I could get down here, and he said no. And I went to grab him, and he come flying down and doing a headbutt. And I lost my cool.
Right.
I started beating on, and my hands hurt so bad, and I'm doing hammer fist, and then took a knife out, stabbed him.
Okay.
I don't know how many times, it's quite a bit, because he kept fucking breathing and moving, and then finally, you know, you hear that noise.
Right.
It's like, oh God. You know, it's horrible.
Oh, so he's admitting to it? Oh, shit!
So, you know, Joe across the street films my house 24/7.
Okay.
So at any point in time, you know, you'll see that car left
Right.
with me driving it.
Okay.
Came back with me driving it.
Okay.
He was in the trunk then.
Oh, he was in the trunk of the Honda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I took off with it.
Okay.
And then, geez, like, he just, where are you? Get your. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, yeah, and I didn't want to tell her.
No, understandably.
So,
Right.
yeah, I mean, but yeah, no, I did it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm not proud of it,
Right.
you know.
Well, he pushed you.
And he's an idiot because he was gonna live.
Right.
I mean, I would have probably beat his. I would have untied him
Right.
and let him swing
Right.
and try to, you know, or fucking stupid kid.
It's a pretty bold move to call someone stupid when you've just confessed to a murder. As you'll soon learn, though, Brenda somehow managed to do something even more stupid.
Uh-oh.
So did this happen then at your house?
Mm-hmm.
No, up at the property?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where did it happen at?
Airway Heights.
Airway Heights, okay. Down Airway Heights,
Mm-hmm.
okay. And when did it happen? Do you
That
remember the
cop's
date?
probably, or that
Close.
detective's probably
I did it in
retiring
November.
after
Of
this.
last year?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
It's been about a year.
Okay.
They're probably like, you did
So
so
you put him in the
fucking
trunk of the, so it happened down at Airway Heights,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put him in the trunk of the
Trunk.
car out there,
Mm-hmm.
and then where'd you drive the car to?
My house.
Your house?
Like I said, if you
Okay.
get a hold of Joe, and he'd be more than happy to
Okay.
show you all his little trinkets and. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you drive home, she's pissed off because where the f you been?
Right. But everything's cool and everything.
Right.
It's like whatever, and then I got rid of the car.
Okay. Where'd you take the car to?
Over by Miller's One Stop up north.
Okay. Is that Mr.
Sorry.
Pierce property?
I don't know whose it is.
Oh, okay. What's
Some old guy, but
yeah,
but
it's
I-
probably the same guy. What's on a, let's put it this way.
There was a bus.
Yeah, we were at the property the other day,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
how come you chose up there? Did you?
I knew there was another car that was parked that was broke down. And
Okay.
I knew somebody, and they told me about that, and I said, well, then that car looked just fine sitting there.
Oh,
Bruh.
so it didn't look out of place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you parked it there like clear back in November?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's been sitting there ever since.
Mhm.
So now the $1 million question:
Who brought it
Who's the
into town?
dumb that brought it back into town?
Yeah, well,
Do you have any idea?
No.
No. I'm wondering. You know, we were kind of theorizing. I'm wondering if somebody was out there and just needed a ride
Yep.
and decided,
Hey,
this.
put a battery in it.
Well, oh, is there no battery in it?
Oh.
Oh, did you take the battery out? Oh, when you dumped it.
Mhm.
So I'm from what you're saying, you took the battery out so nobody would drive it.
Mhm.
And somebody was nice enough to put a battery in it for you. That was nice of them.
It was.
So you never expected this car to show back up.
Well, no.
So I can only imagine, like you said, when we showed up at your house that Friday, you're like,
Mhm.
gotcha.
To this day, police have never publicly identified who stole the car. While John is lying through his teeth about nearly everything under the sun, he is actually telling the truth about where he left the vehicle. You're about to hear several more half-truths, because in this case, the real truth is almost too horrifying to believe.
So you were saying you got wind that Andrew was going to do a robbery at this guy's place? That's what you said?
He was going to try and steal. And the reason why is he used my phone to get into his Messenger, get into his Facebook,
Okay.
get into his Google.
Okay.
When he did that, he didn't put a password
Oh, okay.
or delete it.
Gotcha.
So all of a sudden I'm clicking through my phone, and all of a sudden I am now Andrew on Facebook.
Okay.
And I'm like, and I see what he's writing, and it's like, oh really?
So you get wind of what he's going to do.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I just showed up.
So now where he was going to do this in Airway Heights, did you know that person? Or you just kind of
Barely.
figured?
I knew
Okay.
the people, the property.
Okay.
Right?
Was he going to do like a dope rip or
A dope.
a dope rip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know the names of the people where where this was?
Like Mindy, I think.
Mindy? Okay. So you got wind through basically utilizing Andrew's Facebook
Uh-huh.
that he was going to do a drug
Is-
rip.
Huh?
And you
He's
said
like telling
that.
on other people.
So the zip ties where
He's
they
like,
come
by
from,
the
did you
way,
bring them
just
with
so
you?
you know.
You brought them with you. Okay.
Well, I had him in the car.
Oh, okay.
The car that got towed, the other Honda that, and the truck that got sold had zip ties in it. My other Honda that had zip ties on it. You ever break down and need
Oh, yeah. Zip ties come in handy.
They come in handy. I've never thought about doing what I did with them. I mean,
Right. So the car you drove out there that night was the 91 Honda Accord. That night. Okay. And you had the zip ties. Did you zip tie him in the house or outside?
outside.
Huh?
Outside.
Outside?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the
Well,
confrontation.
and he was cool with it, because we had already gone through a whole gamut of yelling and stupid
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
And I was trying to convince him I'm not. My intention was not to.
Right.
But it definitely was A1 going to stop a robbery.
Right.
You know, because you're a piece of shit.
Right.
And another, what the f***, you're going to admit it. And then finally he admitted it.
Right.
You know, but then after he admitted it, and I said, well, good, we're working
Right.
together.
Right.
It's cool.
Right.
And I think he might be able to hold that figure.
Okay.
You know.
Right.
What y'all
And
think?
So he was getting kind of happy, you know, and I said, but I'm still going to zip tie you know.
Okay.
So he put his hands behind his back.
Okay. So he basically let you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then they
But
put him
then
in a
when I go to
suitcase.
drive him, you know, and say, come on. He fucking come flying off and last ditch effort. When I said, you should have done this a long time ago.
Right.
Right, this is what you do at first.
Right.
Not at last.
Yeah, not last.
No.
And at some point he spit in your face.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, he spit in my face first.
Right. So when you zip tied him, I mean, were you just gonna like take him outside and kick him? How
Well,
come you zip tied him at that point?
Because when I'm driving with him,
Oh, okay.
I didn't want him to start attacking me.
Oh, gotcha.
Right? I wasn't going to put him in a trunk.
Right. So where were you gonna? Where was initially? Where were you gonna take
I was
him?
going to take him by his
Old
house up on
suitcase trick.
44th and Denver.
Okay.
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 My daughter stayed up there with him a bit,
Right.
and I knew where he lived, and I was going to take him up there.
Gotcha. And do what with him? Drop him off, or
Mhm.
okay?
Huh?
So at that point, so he's zip
No,
tied.
I wasn't at no point in time.
Okay,
Because I think I'm just gonna kill this.
gotcha. So at that
I've
point,
never killed anybody
he's
in my life.
he's zip
and I
tied
don't-
behind his back.
Mm.
Okay, were his feet zip tied at that point too?
No, not at that point.
Not at that point. Okay.
Mm.
So after you leave with him in the car,
No.
no, oh no.
No, I got him right there because when he come flying headbutting at me, right?
This detective's like,
It's
oh,
on,
okay,
it's
tell me
on.
more.
Gotcha.
And then I'm trying to stuff him in the trunk, and then he throws his feet out at me, and then that's when I grab his feet and he zip tied him. And I said, no,
Gotcha.
no.
You're
I said,
subbing?
stupid.
Timothy?
And then he comes
Is that what you're saying?
lunging out.
Shit. 5 gifted subs gets you your own personalized
But if he would have
cat butt
listened to me
drawing.
Right.
and went and talked to Mar or any of those other guys, right?
Right.
They would have told me, yeah, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Don't do nothing stupid.
Don't push
I
him.
mean, why do you want to go there?
Right.
I mean, I get along with just about everybody.
Right.
But you want to come doing stupid shit, I'm not running.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got stabbed, was he in the trunk then?
Mm-hmm.
At trial, Andrew's parents were devastated by the detail that Andrew put his hands behind his back and allowed himself to be zip-tied. According to them, he had an IQ of 81. If anyone could be taken advantage of, it was him. They believed that Andrew trusted he would be let go if he allowed himself to be zip-tied. What happened instead is sickening.
So when we looked in the trunk of the car, there was a certain item back there. Obviously, there was the body, but then there was another item back there. It was
A concrete block.
yes. What was the deal with that?
I'm in the head with it.
Oh, okay. When did that? In the sequence of
Before
events? Before. Where'd you hit him at? Just in the head?
Okay.
Did it knock him out, or was he still awake? Or
Well, it knocked him out,
Okay.
but he was still breathing.
oh, okay. And
Holy
then you
shit.
started-
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and I'm sorry, like I said, these
Tell
facts
me
go
more.
a million places. As
It's
he's going in the
literally
trunk,
what's
he's
happening.
already zip tied because he put his hands behind his back. And then did you zip tie his feet when he's outside the trunk, or after you got him in and then you
After I got him in.
Then you zip
well,
tied his feet.
and he, because it was I wasn't planning on doing nothing.
Right,
He
right.
was supposed to be riding with me, and he's
Right.
doing all this stupid shit.
Gotcha.
And then he's lunging at me with,
Right.
with his feet,
Right.
kicking, and I was like, gee, I'm gonna have to get zip tied because I have him in
Yeah,
my back
it's,
pocket.
Right.
Doubled him up, and then zoom, and there you go.
Right.
And I thought about just leaving him in there,
Okay.
and then he started kicking with even the zip tie, striking out,
Right.
and it just escalated.
Okay.
You know.
Was the brick just already in the trunk then?
No, it was laying there in the back.
Oh, okay. So it was just
It
laying
was
there.
just there.
So
yeah.
you grabbed it, and then what'd you do with it?
Well, I just threw it in his head.
Oh, okay. While he's in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he never got out of the trunk.
He never got. Once you got him in there, he never got out.
Mhm.
Okay. And then there was some stuff around his face. What was the deal with that? Do you remember?
Sock that got stuck
Oh, a
in his
sock.
mouth.
Okay, there was some other stuff like around his face.
That was tape.
Oh, okay. Was that tape? What was the deal? How'd that happen?
Well, the tape was in the car.
Oh, okay. Like.
But he was making noise, and I was going, no.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Because and I still didn't. I wasn't gonna kill him.
Oh, okay.
It just escalated. He kept fucking
just
doing shit,
wouldn't stop.
kicking at me and shit,
Right.
and I'm just going, Amber.
Stop.
Hmm.
So did the tape go on then before the brick and the stabbing?
Mhm.
Okay. And what kind of tape was it?
Masking, strapping tape.
Strapping tape?
Bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Like that clear tape?
Mhm.
And you said that was just in the car?
Mm-hmm.
The detective does a phenomenal job of getting information that only the killer would know. This cinder block is an absolute key piece of evidence, one that will come into play for detectives several months down the road, and one that has a lot to do with the next question they ask.
Did Brenda ever find out what had happened?
Mhm.
Okay, so she's in the dark about what happened. Okay.
Uh-oh.
And what did you tell
She's
her?
gonna freak out.
What did you tell her about the car that had just disappeared?
I told her I thought you did something with it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then that's when we started hypothesizing, well, maybe she got it.
Okay.
I said, maybe. And
So-
I said, I drove by her house a couple times.
Right.
She's not there.
So I know this. I know
She's
I'm just
supposed
throwing
to
this
not
out there.
know
So after you guys
anything.
took Stephanie up to Sacred Heart that day, like how many days after that did this happen? Any idea? Was it like within a week? Was it less than that? More than that? Or do you remember? You said it was sometime in November,
Mhm. Probably was like a week.
but a week.
Two.
Okay,
Mhm.
gotcha. So it was fairly quickly after you got Stephanie
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Well, I could imagine you weren't very happy
Without
with
it being
No.
classified? Oh, really?
I get it. So,
No, I really, I mean, I feel sorry for his mom
Right.
and sisters. And
So I'm going to ask you this, and I'm just going to throw this out to you. I deal with everybody I talk to in a situation like that. If you, and this is entirely up to you, and I'm just throwing it out there. If you would like to write something to his mother, I would give you the opportunity to do that. If that's something that you would like to do, if that's something you don't want to do,
Well,
but if you would like to write her
I
something,
don't, and his real mother, he never really lived
Yeah.
with her. He was adopted.
yeah, I've been talking to the adopted mom because she adopted him when he was 6 months old.
Mhm.
So as you can imagine right now, she's pretty
Oh, yeah.
she's pretty destroyed.
Mhm.
So I'm only saying if you would like to write her something, I would give that
How
to
dare
her.
he be like his
That's up to you.
real mother?
So that's just something I offer people. If you'd like to do that, I'll.
Well, while she's yelling at me in the court, I'll tell her I'm really sorry.
Okay.
So,
Like I said, I was just going to give you a chance to write something if you wanted to. But. So, and that night that this happened, were you drinking or doing drugs that night? No? Okay. So.
well, I wasn't drinking because
Okay.
I've only recently started even dabbling in it because that's a danger zone.
Right.
I just have a couple beers every now and then.
Gotcha.
But I may have smoked some or
Some meth? Okay.
definitely some pot.
Do you remember that night if you specifically did or not?
No, I was smoking it every day, so
Okay.
I was smoking it.
Okay. Gotcha. So any other thing?
Finally got all that shit.
Good. When did you get off that?
So,
Just a little bit ago.
Good for you.
Me and her.
Good.
She was doing it too, and the only reason why she did it was just because I did it in 2000, maybe blah blah blah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Stupid.
Later, John will go on to claim that his drug usage was the reason that the murder of Andrew took place, in addition to the supposed trafficking of his daughter. With a confession in place, detectives allow John and Brenda to see one another.
And we'll shut the door.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, you go and take care of my boy.
What?
So you go home and take care of my boy.
How long they gonna let us visit?
Doesn't matter.
Did
We've
they
been
arrest
together
you,
24
right?
years. Yeah, I'm gonna go over there and be booked, and then go to my new home. Mm-hmm.
No, we can get you out of this. I need to get a hold of Devin.
gonna get you out of this, huh?
Huh?
Go give me a public defender.
Chris, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Sam, she's my sister. I don't care if she's adopted. Yep. Right, Robbie? So it's like coming up with all these different like scenarios. Seems sus.
Honey. Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I love you, okay, and I love my kids. Alright, I need you to take care of them, okay, I need you to be strong and take care of them. Alright?
So maybe she didn't know, you guys.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
This moment could be a tearjerker if it wasn't for the reality of what this couple planned together. For the next several minutes, they assume the position of that couple waiting in line at an amusement park. But Brenda won't be able to visit her fiancé in jail for long, because soon after John was sentenced to 25 years for first-degree murder, Brenda unraveled completely. At work, she attended a meeting with HR in order to request time off for mental health reasons. In the meeting, she confessed to an HR manager about what really happened when Andrew was killed. She claimed that both she and John planned the murder together, and that the two of them killed him together using knives and the cinder block. While he was dying, The two laughed and taunted him, even playing a song about crying because he was sobbing and begging for his life. When the HR manager mentioned that she didn't seem to have any remorse, she remarked that Andrew deserved what he got. If you're going to confess to murder in your workplace, of all places, the HR department is the wing you should avoid entirely. The manager contacted police, who swiftly arrested Brenda. After taking a plea deal to have her charges reduced to manslaughter, Brenda was given a sentence of 8.5 years. Not only did the Sorensens lose their beloved son, but they faced the media maelstrom of Brenda and John repeatedly claiming their son committed a heinous crime and sold their daughter. A fundraiser to get the couple better attorneys grew to $10,000, overwhelmed by comments about how they both deserved to be free and Andrew was scum that deserved to die.
Shit. Oh my lord. So, what I'm still, so did he like try selling their, or was that just all a fucking ploy? That was, yeah, that had a lot of twists and turns there, y'all. Next segment, this shit is boring as fuck. What the fucking interrogation? Or are you just talking about yourself? Suspect. Okay, the shocking. Hurry up, bro. Hurry up, bro.
Great. The new GoDaddy Arrow has AI marketing tools to help small businesses.
Start over. Because what I'm going to tell you is going to make your jaw drop, probably.
Well, hold on.
All right, are we in audio records?
Yes, sir.
Good. I want a copy of it sent to my family, too. I'm not here for a question and answer session. I'm here to tell you what happened.
This is 22-year-old John Asher
That burp was
Farrell
very impolite,
Villarreal,
not
who
ladylike. I would not like to have you as my
presented law
wife.
enforcement
Well,
with one of the
good,
most
because I don't plan to
deranged,
be your wife.
chilling, and
Weirdo.
downright strange murder confessions of all time. It was Christmas Eve 2014 when Anderson County Dispatch in South Carolina received a 911 call that opened the door to what became known as the I-85 Christmas Eve murder.
Anderson County 911, where's location emergency? Yes, we are on 85 now. Somebody laying on the side of the road. They've been shot. Is he breathing, honey? Yes, he's breathing, but he's yelling for help.
Incel's gonna incel,
He's in
yep.
a lot of pain. So there's 2 people here, both of them shot. 2 shots.
When paramedics arrived, they were met with a horrible sight. Laying in the dewy grass on the side of I-85 near the mile 16 marker, a man and a woman were splayed out in the grass. The man, soon identified as 44-year-old James Dobson, had been shot in the back of his head at close range. Shockingly, despite the bullet being lodged behind his eye, he was clinging to life when detectives arrived. En route to the hospital, he only managed to tell the paramedics one thing: "I was just trying to give him a ride." Tragically, 43-year-old Mary Marie Fowler was in even worse shape. She was put on life support, but ultimately succumbed to her injuries later that day.
Why does this kind of
passing
sound like
away
Chills?
on Christmas Eve. Police hit the ground running on their investigation, but they were faced with dead end after dead end. Fowler and Dobson were close friends, but no one around them knew what their destination or plans had been the night of her murder. Police did know one thing, however. It seemed that stealing the car they were driving may have been the motive. At the time, Dobson had borrowed his mother's 2013 Hyundai Elantra,
Poor
but it was
Chronic.
nowhere in sight.
Wait.
Police put a bolo out on the car, and it didn't take very long for them to get a hit. On December 30th, Deputy Coward of the Anderson County Sheriff's Department noticed
I like
a white
these
Hyundai
little
Elantra
simulations
parked in
they
the
got going
neighborhood.
on, you guys.
The tags on the car didn't match the Hyundai, and when he ran the VIN, he
Hyundai
instantly knew that he had
Sonata.
found the person that they were looking for. That person was John Asher Farrell
What's with
Villarreal.
all these Johns, you guys?
When detectives looked into the vehicle, they were met with a horrible scene. There was blood visible on the seats of the car, and it appeared as if the seat belts had been cut off to eliminate evidence. Inside, they also uncovered a .22 shell casing, a .380 handgun, two .22 handguns, and a .22 rifle. Homemade silencers were on each gun. Very quickly, Villarreal was taken into custody. When the detectives first interrogated John, he denied any involvement whatsoever, claiming that he didn't know Fowler
Do they
or
wait? They
Dobson,
have a
and that
chills
he had
one?
no idea how the guns or silencers had gotten in his car. After about 2 hours of questioning, the detectives put Villarreal in a holding cell in order to stew on his situation. Clearly, it worked. Just as one of the detectives was preparing to leave for the day, they were urgently called back in. Now, Villarreal wanted to talk. This isn't uncommon after criminals are left alone with their thoughts. But what is unusual, however, is how callously Villarreal reveals his own.
We'll leave this door open since it gets burning hot in here. Yeah. Well, John, or Jack, I'm sorry. We gotta go through this advisory.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Because we had a break in all this, and
Yep.
We'll make sure that everything's good.
Well, we might as well start over. Because what I'm going to tell you is going to make your jaw drop, probably.
Well, hold on.
Detectives know at this point that they're dealing with someone who displays narcissistic traits. Throughout the interrogation, he speaks in a callous, dramatic manner about human life and his actions, seemingly emulating poorly written supervillains.
All right, are we in audio records?
Yes, sir.
Good. I want a copy of it sent to my family, too.
Bruh.
I'm not here for a question and answer session. I'm here to tell you what happened.
Wow.
And before I start, I want to tell you, there is no human being or group of human beings on the face of this planet that could ever still fear me. I've had a loaded gun put to my head. I've had my own gun put to my head by someone before. And it didn't put fear in me.
Homie's just like...
person who I'm afraid of, and that's God. I can't stand before him in judgment day. Deny something I did. And I don't give a damn about a lawyer. Because no lawyer can make it right before God. Let's go back.
No, I haven't seen Hard Eyes. Vessel would be proud. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
I get a message from Karina telling me that her stepdad has been beating her.
I was thinking that too, Robbie. I was like, he sounds a lot like Napoleon Dynamite.
I told her, I asked her rather, I said, if I could steal a car and come down there right now and get you out of there and get you somewhere safe, I said, would you do it? And she said yes. I can't hold her accountable for that. She's still a minor. So I packed my gear and I put on a rain suit, got on my bike, went over to a little abandoned house that I use as a safe house.
What kind of gear?
Dry clothes, guns, and I won't lie either. Every single one of those suppressors I built by hand, no lathe. I simply know how they work. Therefore,
This is somebody that is super proud of their work.
And I will tell you that it makes full power ammo out of the pistol sound like a staple gun. Okay, no one's gonna hear it. And I know that that's a federal crime, 10 years in prison, etc. I understand that.
I wish that they would come back with
Oh good, he can hear us too.
Oh my
We're gonna try to refrain from calling Villarreal a narcissist every 5 seconds, but just listen to the guy. It's clear that he's reveling in this moment of attention.
I'm trying to think of the Netflix show.
First thing I did, I didn't want to hurt anybody originally. I'm not that kind of guy.
I can see that.
And the first thing I did, I tried to find a car to hotwire. Because to be honest with you, I didn't want to have to hurt anyone, and frankly, I would have rather bring it back when I was done. And unfortunately, my mechanical genius isn't quite to that level. So the next thing I figured was, well, I could hitchhike and then try to commandeer the car. Hold him at gunpoint, tell him get out. Still didn't want to hurt him. They were rolling along. down Fletcher Street. In
But
fact,
the show on
when I
Netflix,
came
it was
across him,
the
had my background
detectives
suit still on, cap on my
that
head,
would go investigate and talk
and I
to
asked him if
serial
they could take me
killers
to I-85.
and
He said, "Not a
also
chance."
trying to
Then he
solve
changed his mind,
murders
said,
as
"Do you have
well.
some gas money?" I said, "You know, how much do you want?" $5. I said, "Okay, $5."
Who was in the car?
The man and the woman.
Mhm.
You don't know their names, don't really care, but I hope he survives, to be honest with you.
Manhunter?
since
No,
that day.
it was something
Continue,
else.
I got in
They
the
like
car,
had it for a couple
we started going,
seasons.
and they were as nice as anything. And then the man offered to take me to the Georgia line. Said he had the time to do it. Said he'd do it for $25 a gas money. Reasonable enough. As we were driving down the road, I got to a point where I was ready to try to commandeer the car. And you know what? I
Was it
told him I had to take a leak.
Manhunter?
Asked him to pull over. Classic move. I never suspected it. You know what?
Oh, Mindhunter. There we go.
I presumed the man was armed.
I know, I can't
As a
wait for
result, I didn't
28
try to
years
commandeer
later.
the car, but I assumed, okay? I didn't even give him a chance to show a gun. I put one round right in the woman's head. Then I put 3 rounds
You were
right
close,
in his neck
Jugs.
because I was trying to hit the head, but I was trying to shoot too quick because I wanted to get it done. Didn't really want to shoot him. Didn't really want to do it, and I did it. Driver's sitting here directly in front of me. Headrests in between. The first thing you do is tell yourself, don't think about it, don't feel. Because you can't do it if you think. Because you know it's wrong. And you take aim perfectly and boom. One in the head with her. She slumps over. Before the man can react, I screwed over quick. Boom. I missed. I hit his neck. And the problem was, I twitched basically. I got rushed. So I hit twice more in the neck instead of once in the head, which is what I was trying to do once I had hit him. And I want that man's family and the woman's family to know I'm sorry for what I did and that I can never fix that or repay it. Well, anyway, let me continue, please.
Villarreal is seemingly so excited to be telling his story that he wants no interruptions from law enforcement. Usually, officers nip controlling behavior like this in the bud, but since Villarreal's telling them everything, they're happy to give him the floor.
So then I went over to the Love's station down the road on I-85, cleaned up the car a bit.
Dude's just laying it all out.
Because I couldn't get the blood off him. That's why the seatbelt clips were stuck into the things. I put that so it wouldn't beep while I was driving. Bought some gas, a couple of road maps, continued on my way. I raced all the way down to Fitzgerald, Georgia, going about 80 to 90 miles an hour the whole way. And whenever I took a back road, just flicked down to running lights so I could use the markers on the road instead of being seen. I've never done that before. And as I was driving, I can't tell you how bad I felt for having shot someone who, frankly, not only did me no wrong, but actually did me a favor. I got down there.
Like he's literally been waiting for this.
To Karina's place at noon, right on the minute, because I purposely timed it with the clock on my GPS. I pulled in, and first thing I did, she came out, I told her to get her stuff and get in the car because we were leaving. I thought that was okay to do because, in South Carolina,
it's crazy,
it's
like.
17 to leave home. Didn't realize in Georgia it's 18. You know?
But like seeing this sort of side of people too, like.
I should have just left.
Just kind of more so diving into that area of the brain. It's so like, I don't know, it's so intriguing, but at the same time, like, what the fuck?
Which is pretty stupid. Anyway, eventually he took down, he actually pulled his taser on me because I was getting so argumentative. He finally put it away when I finally cooperated. I can't blame him for doing that. I mean, he didn't know that I wasn't going to try to pop him. He didn't know I didn't have a weapon in my hand or anything like that.
Did you think about it?
No, because he's a cop. His dash cam's right there. Would have been on record. And frankly, I already had blood on my hands. I really didn't want more. And after I got done with the sheriff down there and he took down my ID information and stuff.
Dude's just like full on, like, he's been waiting for this, you guys.
Because it should be 18 to be legal. Wouldn't be having a problem with the law at that point. Not that I wasn't already. And then I left. And I drove straight back.
I don't know
to
what case
my
this
safe
is.
house, and in the process got myself a speeding
But it's
ticket
talking
for
about
going
like
about
a
90 miles an hour in
narcissistic
the 45
killer.
zone.
Forgot what they said in the
My
beginning.
lead foot didn't catch me. I don't have lead
But
foot.
yes, y'all go follow
Precise route the
Crypt,
same way
please
as if
and
I
thank
ride
you.
with a
I don't know.
motorcycle. Know exactly what I'm doing. at all
Did I
times.
just?
Villarreal has, surprisingly, told a fairly accurate story here. However, he has left out some details. When he arrived at Kay's house, he rung the doorbell and then ordered her to get her things and leave. In response, Kay's mother told him that he had 2 seconds to get off the porch before the police were called. After that, Villarreal stalked back to her car, opened the door, and then looked over his shoulder at her, saying, quote, "We can do this the hard way or the easy way."
Christmas went by. Weekend went by. Over the weekend, Karina's mom started making plans to either send her off to Mexico or put her in a psych hospital. That's true. That happened. That's not mine to intervene, and I should have contacted authorities if anything. But once again, it's got into that mode where you think that you're the outlaw lawman, that you can do whatever you want as long as no one sees you. God sees everything.
So was it like
So I told her
this
that I'd be
guy's
down there
girlfriend's
Tuesday night at
mom or some
midnight.
shit?
The reason I packed up all those guns, by the way, you ever find that Versa Thunder 380?
What's that?
Under the driver's seat. Went in to look there. Now you'll look there, you'll find it. That's my personal defense weapon. I use hollow cavity bullets for a reason. Makes an impact like a 45 12-inch penetration at 10 feet. Tested on a ballistic gel and meat. Anyway, so now you know there were 4 guns, not 3. Okay? Had all my stuff locked, cocked, ready to rock as you found. Because frankly, I expected that when I got down to Karina's place again, I expected someone to pull a gun on me. Okay? And I expected at that point to go
It's
ahead
one
and
of
just
those
whack
situations
everybody
where
and try
he's
not to
like
think about it. You still think about it. You still
basically
do it.
like
I'm glad I didn't do it. Because then I'd have
shunning the people for not
Three
being
more
able to
bodies
find
on
the
me.
stuff like
2's too many.
that he hid.
Karina too?
No. I was trying to get her out. I was trying to rescue her. I
Well, you
thought I
said
was
3
rescuing-
bodies. That's what I was trying to.
Mother, stepfather, and older brother. The 3 adults. The 3 people who would actually be a threat to me if I tried to do an extraction. Okay? In terms of pulling somebody out, it's called a wet extraction because it's bloody. Alright?
This is the first point in the interrogation where Villarreal seems to be angry with the detectives. Their mere suggestion that he would kill Kay seems to upset him greatly, though he has no problem killing 5 other people to get to her. Not unusual for criminals to have their own strict code of twisted justice. In this case, it seems that anyone was fair game to kill in his quest to be Kay's hero.
I didn't want to be a killer. The only people I ever wanted dead were child molesters and stuff like that. Okay, because of what they do. Drug dealers. Because of what they do, they ruin lives. Okay, 2 people, from what I read in the paper, the one guy's an out-of-work electrician. My gosh. He's already got it bad enough.
What about the 380 shell casing in the car?
Is a 380 shell case in the car? Don't know because I didn't fire a 380. Because once
No, I
realized
haven't
that
watched
kid
that
was
show,
not
Robert.
might
I
survive.
completely forgot about that, to be honest.
And I kept praying for forgiveness. And the thing is, the Lord can't give forgiveness if you don't tell the truth. If you lie about it, you're going to hell.
Were you going to tell Ryan about it this morning?
I wasn't going to, and I couldn't.
Because it's been eating you up inside.
It does. You kill someone who didn't try to hurt you first, and it does.
I figured that's why you were at Ryan's this morning. You needed an outlet.
Yeah.
Well, what made you shoot him rather than just take the car out and go for it?
Because I thought he might have a weapon, and I assumed, like I said.
Yeah.
And in my head for the moment, okay, here's the thing. When you get what's called a fight or flight reflex, the blood flow to your frontal lobe of your brain cuts off.
It's weird to think because I know quite a bit of people that talk like this.
Consequences in the future. Okay? That's basic psychology right there.
And it kind of like makes you wonder.
Okay? Because
Not necessarily like them doing stuff, but like more so the narcissistic behavior.
You don't really keep a level head necessarily if you're not used to commandeering vehicles and stuff like that. I mean, that's the
Yeah, I
first
feel
time
like
I've ever done
70s
that.
and 80s were like prime time for this.
And so I just said to myself, I said, you know what? I said, I can't take the risk that he's got a gun. And you know what? I wish I had just pointed the gun and told him to get out and taken that chance because he's still.
I'm gonna grab a seltzer really quick.
Still be okay. I wish I'd never done any of it, frankly.
I am quite pot.
The detectives that he's speaking with are well aware of what's called fight or flight, considering that dealing with that is essentially their entire job. But they remain quiet to hear Villarreal's full story and break down his personality without interfering.
The anonymous organization. I joined them for a reason. It's because I believe in truth. I believe in absolute justice. I believe in balance. Okay? I believe in cops who aren't corrupt, who don't take bribes. I believe in people who obey the law, who work a job. I believe in keeping drug dealers and stuff off the streets. Okay? And then I go out there and I put bullets into people who I don't know a thing about. I have no cause to even hurt them.
Why is he like speaking so nonchalant too?
Did they say anything?
As far as what? Other than just friendly general conversation and whatnot?
When you shot her, did he say anything?
I shot him before he could say anything. I'm not slow with a gun.
Villarreal's strong religious beliefs and distrust of the government seems to be shared by his family. After his arrest, his mother made several statements that she wished he had gone to church more, and that, in her own words, quote, he had not allowed Christ to be formed in him the way Christ needed to be formed in him. On January 2nd, about a little over a week after the murders, his mother posted on Facebook, quote, I believe my son was intentionally targeted through cyber manipulation.
My family thought that I had gone
The
on some kind
fuck?
of rescue op with the militia to save someone from some gangsters or something. That's what I told them. So I lied there too.
Ma'am.
I did that over the weekend because I needed gas money for the trip on Monday.
She needs to get off the internet.
It was $100 that I borrowed. And I lied to them too because I told them that I was going to be working with law enforcement to deal with the situation, and instead I was taking matters in my own hands.
Did they believe that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Because the thing is, they trust me. Because I haven't lied to them in the past about things.
Have you gone in and rescued people held by gangs?
No. 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 The only thing I've ever done is planned things or organized things. I've sat behind the scenes when things happen. I've never actually been an active member of it. And that's probably why I didn't know the right way
Also,
to do it.
thank you guys for hanging out today too.
Probably why I
Thank you
didn't
for
know
all
the right way to do
the
this.
congratulations and everything too.
If Karina wanted out of there, all I would have had to do was tell her, look, wait till you're 18 years old, because she turns 18 on January 19th. That's not that long. Wouldn't have been hard to wait till the 20th. I could have said, look, I'll get a friend to. The one thing that I hope is that the judge and the jury understand that, frankly, the only reason I don't want the death penalty, because I deserve the death penalty for what I did. I'm not going to lie about that. The one reason I don't want it is because I want an opportunity to teach others where that line is that you never cross. And I would like an opportunity one day, if I ever get out of jail, to make a good ending to my life.
What do you mean by that?
Do something good with my life. Actually have my own business, something like that. That's what I wanted all along. The reason I took the bicycle assembly job at Walmart was because I wanted to open my own bike shop. It's not going to happen now. Every now and then.
What?
You see so many movies about assassins and whatnot. You read so many novels and all this stuff.
What do you want to do?
You start forgetting the difference between reality and fantasy. You start forgetting the difference between what the CIA actually does versus what a civilian can do. You know, I'm not gonna lie, the CIA has people killed every day of the week.
Thank you, Robbie.
Okay, people who are
Thank you, Vectros.
KY secrets, I understand.
Yeah, sorry, I'm like super. Feel like I'm very quiet today.
I understand it, but the thing is,
I'm just getting back into the swing of things from taking time off as well.
Is to either hunt or defend myself. Shouldn't be walking around.
I will say coming back and having this be like what we have too is like super cool.
The only thing you think about taking out is someone who actually pulled a weapon on me. It would have been better if it stayed that way in my mind.
I feel like we had so much fun with the suitcase incident that like these ones are kind of just putting me to sleep.
Especially when it has a suppressor. Fear of death convinces most people to cooperate. Fear of death without a witness convinces almost everyone.
Don't want to get on a plane, just come back.
The problem comes in when you have your face unmasked. You don't
I love you.
like that on.
Yeti!
How can you leave a witness?
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's a slippery slope. You don't ever go down. You don't ever let yourself go an inch toward it.
Villarreal didn't go an inch toward it. He went a mile. Due to his lengthy and thorough confession for the murder of Mary Fowler and the attempted murder of James Dobson, he was sentenced to life in prison. At his trial, Dobson, who was still recovering, made a statement from his wheelchair.
I'd like to understand why did you do what you done? Why?
Villarreal has struggled behind bars, being reprimanded in 2020 for disrespect, and in 2022 for possession of a cell phone, which lost him television privileges for a year, and visitation and phone privileges for 120 days.
Okay. All right. Well, he lost TV privilege, y'all. Uh-huh. Dang nabbit. Oh, darn. Yeah. So upsetting. Here. I did, Red. You want to see them? Let me show you the cat butts. May cat butts. We got... We got Hoofy with the Froggo over there. We got Miss Murder that's always choosing violence down there. We got Jugs. He's got a life alert button on him. And then Mr. Hoofy is super smart. And he is at a computer and spelling out smart. Cat butts! Woohoo! Yes, if you would like your own personalized cat butt, y'all, it is 5 gifted subs to get yourself as a cat butt. Alone in the world, cat butt. I don't know, go back in town. Oh, I almost what? Sing that song, cat balls, or not at all what I meant. Not at all. I don't know. I was trying to say cat dog, and it came out cat balls. So, what's up, Ruin? How you doing? Yeah. Huh. Interesting. That was, yeah, quite interesting. Sus, right? I guess I got balls on the brain.
This was my hair
Only one pair of balls, if you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm saying.
6 hours after wash day. Now, this is my hair on day 3.
I am a hot
I've
dog,
tried
yep.
every oily hair product
Sure
you have
am.
out there, and my scalp.
On February 20.
Hot dog! Or a hot dog! Yes, every 20 subs for like the day, we put out a hot dog costume. And then once we reach 50 subs for the month, we get a new emote. 100 or every 50 subs is a new emote. Every 100 subs is merch giveaway. All that fun stuff. Fun stuff. Ya weenie, ya frickin' weenie. Look at, we got an Elmo balloon, you guys.
20th of 2025, a
I
mother
need some
records her
scares,
child's
okay?
balloon after seeing it do something that terrified her immensely. She films the balloon, hoping that it does it again on camera.
It's doing it again.
Is it just making its way around?
It stopped.
For some reason, the balloon comes to a sudden halt near the basement door. Now you might be wondering what is so frightening about this balloon. After all, it appears to be doing normal balloon things. Well, according to Rachel, the mother, this balloon always ends up at the basement entrance, and it doesn't go in unless her son follows it inside.
What the fuck?
Andrew. Andrew.
Unlike other instances where the balloon just suddenly stops near the entrance,
real? Just fucking
here
pop
it goes
it.
all the way in, and it's only when Rachel's son begins to pursue it that it does this. Now it might be possible that a draft or an airflow is causing the balloon to move towards the basement, but to have it stop only a few feet away from the cellar despite being left open occasionally is a bit strange. Whether it's upstairs or in the furthest corner of the house, it always follows the same path before somehow stopping around the same spot. To Rachel, this doesn't make any sense.
Literally stopped at the basement door again.
Now these occurrences wouldn't be the last of them, as just recently this happened. It's around 9:30 at night when this was captured.
Right?
Babe.
Is it coming up the steps?
Quiet. Quiet.
Elmo, what the fuck you doing? Is it gonna turn real quick?
As if the incidents before weren't creepy enough, this happens. The balloon seemingly makes its way towards the top of the stairs, directly towards Rachel without stopping, but when it gets to the top, it abruptly stops. Somehow, the natural buoyancy of this balloon ceases as if acting independently from the laws of physics. It just doesn't move at all. Even the dogs in the background were unsettled by the strange occurrence.
Evil Elmo!
Now it's apparent to the family that something isn't right with this balloon. They know that getting rid of it would be a good idea, but their son refuses to have it thrown away. So they continue to keep it. After all, it'll deflate over time and be rendered useless within a few days. However, although initially thinking that things would be okay, something happens that quickly changes their minds. Only a day or two later, Rachel is home alone when she experiences something that she considers as the most disturbing thing ever. It's late at night when this was captured.
What if it just popped? I feel like it's being dragged. Is it gonna go down there? I think it's drunk. What happened? What? What? Oh, the door? Stupid Elmo.
At the top of the stairs, in the corner of the doorframe, a forehead is seen. Rachel initially saw something, yet didn't know what it was, but after taking a closer look, she sees it. A forehead that naturally leads down to a pair of eyes. However, if you slow the video frame by frame, you'll notice the supposed face she'd seen. Yet something about it has left Rachel and her husband immensely unsettled. Naturally, Rachel was shaken up. If the balloon hadn't convinced them that something was up with their basement, then this definitely did. Either someone or something is in there. Given all that's happened before, they can't help but think that this was responsible for the balloon's odd behavior.
Yeah,
To
for real,
them,
I thought
it
I had
seems that the path the balloon would always follow wasn't just due to physics, but instead by something else. Now, Rachel has since then locked the basement and won't open it anytime soon. But while there has yet to be a definitive explanation, the mystery still remains. Just what exactly did Rachel and her family witness in their house? As with all videos, this one remains unsolved.
Boo!
Now, this next video comes from Elijah Carter, who's a construction worker for a house that's being remodeled. It's been some time now that he's worked on this house, and he's just now realizing something about it that the property owner has never mentioned.
Like, do you want
In
to
this
die?
house lies a hidden crawl space. Apparently, it was hidden behind a stack of drywall that no one had bothered moving until now. Seeing that no one else is around, as it wasn't a work day, he explores the crawl space all by himself. But little does he know that this was a bad idea. The following is Elijah's video. Watch.
What if he says that he's tired of being tickled?
While I came across something that was really cool, and I feel like it sets this house apart. The reason why I'm just now founding this crawl space is because of this drywall. The owner, she had this drywall covering the crawl space. That's not the cool thing about it. And I want y'all to check this out. So while I was here, I found this table, and I also found this extra space right here. You have a vent.
Yep, Brad.
Right there.
Footsteps.
I think I just heard some footsteps.
Here we go. What if it was Elmo?
This can't be a squatter.
Like, Elmo, what the fuck are you doing in this house now?
What was meant to be a short video for his Facebook group turns into something completely nightmarish. For one, the sound of footsteps was heard on the floorboards despite no one being there, and eeriest of all, the sound of someone talking and giggling was heard from somewhere inside. But to make things even more frightening, the door to the crawl space begins to open on its own. It's no wonder why Elijah bolted out of there at full speed. As it seems, he wasn't alone. Now, if what he says is true, that there weren't any signs of someone being there the next day at work, then the question is begged. Just what exactly did Elijah encounter while being inside this house?
I mean, regardless if it's like a person or a ghost, like that shit's still fucking scary.
In the following video, a man and his girlfriend are staying over at his aunt's house when they hear a strange noise from downstairs. Mind you though, that no one else is home.
Alright, so this is like really crazy. That's sound.
That's a fucking beautiful house.
Now, he couldn't capture the noise on camera, but there is something in this video that's worth pointing out before mentioning anything else, and that's the house itself. This Victorian home belongs to the man's aunt, who at this time was traveling abroad for a few days. While she was gone, the man, known as Isaac, and his girlfriend stayed over to look after the place and care for her dog.
Aunt is overseas for the week, and she asked me and my girlfriend to come and take a camera.
Like, he got
auntie.
Now, the only thing in this house that isn't antiquated are the security cameras throughout the place. Although Isaac's aunt isn't home, she still wants to keep an eye on the property. But while looking at one of the cameras late one night, she notices something very strange. She immediately sends the recording to Isaac, who was totally spooked out by what was captured. While his girlfriend was inside a room, this was caught.
Elmo. I'm just imagining Elmo's gonna be showing up all the time. Great, he's got to get a new girlfriend. Number 2. Yep. Getting the fuck out of here. This is why people die, you know? Couldn't be her, right? Guys, there's no way that could be her over there pulling a string. Especially since she's not back.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
The noise, as it turns out, was just a draft affecting a door. But this one, according to them, doesn't appear to be affected by it, as it closes up differently. The door gently glides, as if someone was closing it quietly. Although freaked out by this, they weren't as terrified as what they experienced only days later. Now, before showing this clip, it's worth noting that a common occurrence in this house is a broom that always falls over by itself. It usually happens at night, and it's always when it's in the dining room that it falls over. One night, Isaac waits patiently for the broom to fall again, when all of a sudden, this happens.
That's a good idea. A Roomba with a camera. The fucking broom, you guys. Okay, we don't know if there's a cat living there. We don't know anything, okay? Because my cats knock shit off, like, things all the time. So
like many times before, the broom is on the ground, despite being placed initially upright against the wall. It seemingly falls by itself, or at least that's what Isaac thinks. He's been documenting every instance of the broom falling over, and not once has it occurred to him to check the security cameras around the house until recently. By checking, he could see how it keeps on doing this. So he tells his aunt to send him some recordings from specific dates of the camera inside the dining room where the broom falls over. He checks each one and doesn't notice anything weird, but when he checks again, he notices something in one video that leaves him beyond spooked. This is what he saw.
Is it a doll? Get the fuck out of here. Because of Black and B12?
Isaac and his girlfriend were completely caught off guard upon seeing this.
Now.
For sure, the broom falling on its own is creepy, but this is something out of a horror movie. A strange, dark figure stands at the window before disappearing into thin air. It's only there momentarily and gone when Isaac is present.
Real.
But its disappearance wouldn't be the creepiest part about this, because according to the couple, this figure looks like a child. If that's the case, then this makes this next video even creepier.
Doll, you guys.
According to them, they may have found something to explain what they saw. Take a look.
Alright, so we found something that might explain what happened last night. These tiles are of 2 children that lived here at some point. This is memorialized, yeah. They memorialized him by putting him on a tile on this fireplace, and I swear this is the kid that I saw.
These tiles, as they would later find out, are meant to honor those who passed away. In this case, it's meant to memorialize the 2 kids on the fireplace. However, neither the couple nor the aunt has any idea who these kids are. She only knows that they used to live in this house over a century ago. Given all that's happened during their stay, the couple believe that a ghost was caught on camera, but more specifically, the ghost of one of these kids. If that's so, then this makes what was captured pretty freaky. But as with all videos, you be the judge. Was a ghost caught on camera? Or is there something that could explain all these occurrences?
What do you guys
Let
think?
me know your thoughts on this one.
Was it a ghost?
Now this next video was posted by a Reddit user who writes that the following video was taken back in 2020. He didn't take the video himself, but rather it was sent to him by his sister who was at a hospital for reasons unknown. While she was there, she was waiting out in the hallway where no one else seemed to be present. It was just her, alone in this big empty hallway, or at least that's what she thought. Because, as her family believes, she wasn't completely alone. In a video she posted to her family's group chat, something can be seen moving and peeking at the end of the hallway. Have a look.
What if I don't want to look? I love how blurry these are. Hospitals in general are just like freaky. But Alice, I'm glad that you're doing better though.
After checking to see what it was that was moving, she finds nothing. Now it's hard to say as to what exactly is being seen here, but many viewers on Reddit believe that it's something paranormal. Some can even make out a face or even a body. But then again, that could be a case of pareidolia. However, it's the fact that something moves that makes it quite strange. From catching a lock of hair moving independently to the creepy atmosphere of the hallway, it's understandable as to why one would think that something paranormal is present. But as with all videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this.
Wait, what do you mean? Kidnapped you?
If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video.
Got one more.
In this next video, a young girl is playing in front of a display cabinet while her mother records her from a distance. Although seeming like a random recording, something about this moment holds a special place in the mom's heart. Amanda, the mother, isn't just recording a random cute moment, but instead, she's recording a heartfelt video in which her daughter plays with her mother's urn. The display cabinet holds the ashes of Amanda's mom, who passed away only a month ago, and it was just now that she saw her daughter talking to the urn inside. Understandably, Amanda was moved.
That's so sad.
During the time that Amanda took this video, she didn't notice anything strange. It was only after reviewing the footage that she saw it. A dark silhouette passing in front of the camera as her daughter plays in the distance. To Amanda, this supposed apparition wasn't completely unknown, as she had a feeling that this was her mother. She took it as a sign from her, letting her know that she's still there despite being physically gone. Although others think that something else was captured, she strongly believes that this had been her mother. But let me know what you think. Just what exactly was caught on camera?
I think that was that dang Sam Squatch.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and make sure to hit the bell icon so you don't miss any uploads in the future. Also be sure to check out the official TikTok account for this channel.
I don't want to, okay? We got animated true stories, yo. I feel like animated stuff kind of takes away from scariness. Subscribe on the butt. 5 gifted subs, y'all, gets you a personalized cat
Captain
butt.
Ghost caught on camera.
You do not want to miss
Something in the sewer. Now, this next strange video was recorded for educational purposes by the Athens, Georgia Public Utilities Department. The clips were actually filmed as an educational video for kids to show children what you can and can't flush down a toilet. The footage shows a robotic camera being guided through a long sewer system. Everything appears normal until the camera approaches something very strange in the dark water. Something that almost looks like a small headless pale torso appears to be disturbed by the camera, and a creepy looking hand seems to reach out and attempt to grab at the lens. Now, I have no idea what this is, and neither does anyone at the Athens Public Utilities Department. They claim the footage is still under investigation. So for now, this eerie figure is a complete and total mystery. The ghosts of the Queen Mary. Paranormal investigator and author Brandon Alvis, who some of you might know from the popular TV series Ghost Hunters, has dedicated many years of his life to researching and recording the paranormal. But even for Brandon, there is one investigation that stands out as particularly creepy. And that is the investigation of the historic RMS Queen Mary. The RMS Queen Mary sailed the North Atlantic Ocean from 1936 to 1967. Serving as both a cruise ship and even an Allied troop ship during World War II. The ship has seen its fair share of tragic deaths, one of them being that of a little girl who drowned in the ship's swimming pool. Many visitors and employees claim that the ship's swimming pool area is very haunted, and some even say that they've seen the spirits of both women and children dressed in 1930s style swimsuits. While investigating the swimming pool area, Brandon and a fellow investigator both hear something disturbing.
Of that, and also sad at the same time. That would be very sad to see.
Come closer. No way.
The ship is. I haven't seen it in a very long time though.
An unknown voice yells out from somewhere nearby.
Well,
But that's not all that Brandon captured on the RMS Queen Mary. Now, Brandon is completely alone except for one other investigator and a security guard. The pool is empty and is no longer in use, and the area is off limits to all other guests. So what happens next is truly chilling.
Like that in itself would...
Did you see it?
What?
Someone or something can be seen in one of the swimming pool changing stalls. The chilling figure appears to have glowing eyes as it watches the small group from the shadows.
I don't like that.
Brandon says that they did not see anything at the time of the recording. So just who or what is lurking in the dark? Let me know what you think.
See, like stuff like that
You
when
can
it's
read
just
about
like
Brandon
something
Alvis's
peeking, but it's
spooky
not just
experiences
like a-
while investigating haunted places in his new book, Elements of a Haunting.
like
Cradle
where you
Creeper.
can't really make it out.
Proud parents Kaylee and Stuart have a TikTok account
oh,
dedicated to
hello.
their newborn daughter, Rin May. The account usually chronicles happy experiences from the young family's life. So when this next video was posted, their viewers were shocked.
Oh, they're loud. Are they like too loud? Like burning your ears? I think we've seen this one before. Needs to be re-angled.
Night vision cameras first capture a bizarre unexplained shadow in the upper left corner of the room. Then, what seems like a creepy little hand can be seen clawing at little Rin May's crib mattress. The newborn sleeps right through it, but Dad Stuart hears the noise and wakes up. And just as Stuart looks over at the crib, the hand quickly disappears out of sight. Parents Kaylee and Stuart are very disturbed by the incident and say that they have no idea what they captured on camera. Haunted by the past. Paranormal investigator Alex from the YouTube channel Hunting the Unknown is joined by his friend Tony as they set out to investigate the allegedly haunted Knowlton Church in Dorset, England. The ancient church has been left in ruins, sitting in an empty field. However, this wasn't always the case. Over 500 years ago, the church was surrounded by a thriving English village. Then, tragedy struck. In the year 1485, all of the village's inhabitants, men, women, and children, were struck down by the sickness of the bubonic plague, aka the Black Death. No one in the village survived. The old crumbling church is said to be forever haunted by their spirits. So, cut back to modern times, and in the dark of night, the two investigator team Hunting the Unknown explore the old Knowlton Church. They get a few responses from their spirit box, and their motion-activated lights are triggered a few times.
See, I always say
but
though, like
nothing
if it's
too dramatic.
something that can harm you, it's
That
something that's more
is,
sinister,
except
you know what I mean?
for when they start to explore with their thermal camera. What they catch is shocking.
So guys, we're going to try something new where we've got a thermal camera attached to my phone. We're going to try and turn it on and see if we can try and like see anything on camera. The balls are still going like this, so we're going to try and aim it in this direction and see what we can get, so let's get into that. I don't know if that camera... Oh, what? Oh man, what the we just caught? What?
Like some of these are good, but
What the is that? Oh, no way. Literally just there, mate.
Do it again. It's there. Whatever it is, it's there, bro. Mate. Mate, that's a person.
Look, it's like a kid. Runs off. Over there, behind that.
Yeah.
Like here.
Over in the corner.
It runs off here. And it goes like that. Into here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What the man?
Wow.
A childlike figure can be seen running past Alex and then disappearing right into a solid stone wall. The investigators are shocked by their capture of what appears to be a child spirit running around in the church. So could this be the ghost of a little boy or girl who was one of the tragic victims of the plague so many centuries ago? Let me know your thoughts down below. Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com. The Newbern Haunting. Sam Aldridge, his wife, and 2 young children live in a beautiful home in Newbern, North Carolina that was built in the late 1950s. Although the home is charming and spacious, Sam says that the property's history is not good.
Oh yeah,
One of the previous owners passed away in the upstairs master bedroom, and the remains of 2 unidentified individuals were found buried in the backyard. Cause of death unknown. Sam and his wife have both witnessed creepy, unexplained activity in the house, and they believe their home might be haunted. Even their family dog Loki seems very disturbed by what's going on.
He has no shock collar, no
I'd be like,
shock collar at all. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off just so you'll know that there's nothing there. Come on, bud. Hey, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. Tail down. Oh, I posted it.
Gotta always rely on the.
Me and him both heard that. And see, now he's gonna fucking run and leave me up here like a douchebag. See? Straight up.
Sam says that not only does the house have an odd history, but an odd layout as well. In particular, there is a strange door upstairs that seems to lead nowhere and has no stairs leading up to it.
The video is
In a
still
video, as Sam
than
explains where the door is located, he captures something downright creepy.
You can kind of see just how high up that door actually is if you're on the bottom floor. Yeah, you're looking at 10 plus 8, so you're looking at least 18 feet from your feet coming down. Why the f?
A strange shadow figure can be seen and 2 different voices can be heard seemingly speaking to Sam.
If you're on the bottom floor, bottom floor, bottom floor. Why the f?
Sam has no idea what he just captured and simply explains that the area behind the door is attic storage space. So, one night Sam begins to hear strange sounds throughout his house. He hits record on his phone and goes to investigate. And that's when he sees something that shocks him to his core.
Man Bear Pig! What? What am I looking at? What was that? Y'all, it's supposed to be really nice this week and weekend.
Holy.
What looks like creepy, glowing, wide-set eyes seem to appear out of the darkness, peering at Sam as he stares back in terror. Whatever it is, then just seems to disappear. And that's not all that Sam has captured inside his haunted home. The creepy activity even starts to occur in the middle of the day.
Why is it always, old horse? Rocking horse.
A loud sound startles
did.
Sam, and when he turns around, a white translucent figure appears to push a rocking horse, causing it to rock slowly back and forth. Now, with all this collected and highly disturbing footage, of course Sam's TikTok following is undecided on whether to believe his story or just write it off as another elaborate TikTok hoax. So is it real supernatural activity, or just some very good editing? As always, I leave that up to you to decide. The Village of Shadows. Japanese paranormal
Village of
YouTuber
Shadows,
Takachi
like,
Camera travels to a
Resident
creepy abandoned village somewhere in the mountains of Japan. Over the years, many curious visitors to the old deserted village have claimed to experience terrifying paranormal activity. So the YouTuber decides to see for himself if the ghost stories are true. Takachi goes inside one of the few remaining homes in the village to start his investigation. But no sooner than he gets all of his camera equipment set up, he starts to hear strange footsteps just outside the building.
ほらほらほらマジ来てる影が来てる影がいっぱい影おる
I've had a
多分
handful
一人じゃ
of
ない
experiences outside. There was one time I was outside about 10 years ago. I seen a Native American in the distance, and when I tried to look dead on, he disappeared. And a year later, I heard my name being called from the... Oh my gosh, that gave me the chills.
ちょっと待って気配消して完全に気配消すほらほらほら来てる来てる来てるマジ嘘やろえどういう状況
Takachi watches in horror as someone seems to be walking around his equipment just outside the abandoned
That's
home.
100%
Fearing the
just a
worst,
person,
Takachi believes that there might be squatters or other people roaming around the
trying to
abandoned
steal
village.
your shit, man.
He decides that the situation is just too unsafe and decides to leave. Now,
Why would
as
you
if
go
that
do
wasn't
this for
creepy enough, Takachi has no idea that this isn't the only spooky event that he recorded that night. Later, he's checking back over his footage, and he notices that as he was recording his video intro, he caught something absolutely chilling.
Like, that never really
いやちょっと待って足音めっちゃ聞こえるって
made sense to me.
嘘やろちょっと待って
Why people would be like, oh, I'm gonna go here by myself.
いやか
I get the scare factor, but it's just not smart.
皆様お久しぶりでございます。今日はですねとある廃村に来ているんですけれども、僕の動画を見ていただいている方の中には幽霊の存在を信じてない方も多いかと思います。僕もですね今までいろんな心霊スポットに行ってとても危険な目に遭ってきました。ですが幽霊の存在を 100% 信じてるわけではありません。なので今日もですねいろんな取れ高アイテムを持ってきましたので、それを使って幽霊の存在を証明していきたいと思います。来てるな。
I think who are there?
Takachi is completely unaware that just behind him, a bizarre shadow-like figure is slowly approaching. So could it be that the paranormal YouTuber captured one of the spirits that previous visitors claimed to have seen? Or just what is this? Let me know what you think.
Take a look at this.
Afraid of the dark. The following footage was shared to Reddit by a concerned father who believes that his family might be dealing with an evil presence inside their home. He says that they've all seen and heard things in their house that they can't explain. So, Late one night, the static camera in their kitchen captures this eerie sound.
Sounds like something outside.
This bizarre high-pitched sound
Like,
was heard
it
at
almost sounds
3:25 in the
like,
morning. Now, Reddit users are quick to write it off as either cars outside or the screeching of old plumbing. But the man who posted the video is not so convinced. Later, the worried father shares another video captured by his security camera. In the video, his daughter seems to get the scare of a lifetime. The young girl is woken up when her radio suddenly turns on. The girl then claims that she saw a shadowy figure just standing in her room. She lets out a piercing scream as she jumps from her bed and runs to her parents' bedroom. Her parents rush to her room to check it out, but they don't find anything. So what do you think is going on here? Is this just a child's overactive imagination or a nightmare? Or could the girl actually have seen a scary shadow figure standing in her bedroom? Either way, I believe that one thing is certain.
I'm
and
back.
that is that her terrified reaction is in no way fake or staged.
Welcome back.
But you decide. The never-ending nightmare. These next creepy videos were recorded by Kathy Gallinger from the YouTube channel Paranormal Nightmares. I originally featured Kathy years ago after she began to experience unexplained activity in her home in Canada.
Okay guys, so I came in my room, heard a noise in the closet again. Closet's open. The dog hasn't left. Let's see
Dizzy,
what
what's up? How you doing?
What the
Now, the activity has begun to affect not only her cute little dog Lucy, but also her cats Salem and Stormy as well.
Not the cats! Not the cats! Okay, that is the cats having the zoomies, okay?
Stormy violently hisses at something that we can't see, and then jumps onto the kitchen counter to hide. Now, maybe this footage can simply be explained away as
Your
a
cat's
cat
name is Stormy?
just being weird. But this next clip is a lot harder to explain, and this time it's Kathy's other cat, Salem, that is caught in a quote, paranormal nightmare.
Whoa. I have to pee again. Holy bulls. That's good though. Oh, smoke machine. Oh.
Salem appears to be spooked and is keeping a close eye on an old doll. Then an ominous dark cloud of smoke appears out of thin air, frightening the cat and sending it dashing away in fear. Kathy believes that her collection of antique dolls might have spirits attached to them. She thinks that these spirits might be causing the terrifying activity in her home. But what do you think? I highly recommend checking out Kathy's YouTube channel, Paranormal Nightmares, where she shares the many captures of supernatural activity in her home, lurking outside. TikTok user Bruno5M claims that he and his family often see strange things around their farm in Tucumán, Argentina, including the mysterious figure of a young girl dressed all in black, roaming the countryside. One night, without the family knowing, Bruno's young sister sees something outside her window, moving around in the dark. Inexplicably, she sneaks out to record all on her own. And needless to say, it did not go well.
Hola chicos, estoy grabando este video porque mi papá y mi mamá se fueron a comprar una cosa en el almacén y mi hermano Seban está en la pieza, pero yo sentirlo alojado por acá. No sé qué está pasando, pero quiero tratar de grabar.
¡Ah!
Miren eso.
Na 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 na.
The girl's brother says that he and his family are shocked that the young girl went outside to film on her own. He says that she is doing fine, but is still a bit shaken up by the strange encounter to this day. So what do you think this creepy figure with glowing eyes could be?
Anybody want
Paranormal or
some
not?
hummus? I
leave
got
it to
some
you to
olive,
decide.
whatever you call it, hummus.
Run. YouTube user Adam Lowen and two of his friends are
No.
exploring an allegedly
Run,
haunted house in
no.
Portland, Oregon. He says that he has heard strange, unexplained noises there in the middle of the night and has even seen things moving around in the dark. They plan to record proof of what Adam believes to be paranormal phenomenon. It did not go well.
Turn on your flashlight. Okay.
No, but seriously, if you die, I have to go home, and that's not very fun.
No, that's hilarious.
They locked it. What the?
This is so It's not locked, dude. Check it out. Say that again.
Dude, somebody told me to live down here.
All right, wait. We're okay. Over here. What are you doing? Is it on? Yeah. What's going on? All right. We have to go. Dude, I'm not going in there. I'm not going. You're freaking out. Nicole, I think you should go. Go. There's a cat there. Dude, there's spider webs. You know what? All right, let's do. Let's leave. Just afraid of spiders. Dude, come on. What? All right, I'll go. All right, let me get some footing here. It's kind of hard.
Dude, just go. Hurry up.
You go.
Dude, what the? What was? Get it, go!
A white shapeless apparition scares the out of them as it screeches out of a doorway, and the three friends run out of the house in abject terror. Now, this original video was uploaded way back in 2008, but to this day, Adam says that he has no explanation for what happened that night. Adam's never posted another paranormal video on his channel. He says that since that night, he has stayed away from the paranormal and has just dedicated his channel to his love for music and video games. So is it real? Or is it all just a 14-year-old elaborate
Fake
hoax?
as fuck.
I leave it up to you to decide. Thanks for watching. My post schedule is just kinda all off now. So please subscribe and hit the bell so that you get updates whenever a new video is posted. Instagram is here. Twitter is here.
I like
and
how
hopefully
all my stuff
I'll
is
see you next
paranormal.
week.
And what's it called? Holy fuck. Subscribe in the butt. Subscribe in the butt. 5 subs, y'all, gets you your very own personalized cat butt drawing. Yep, yep. And 10 subs gets you a karaoke song, and then if we reach 40 subs, we will be putting the hot dog costume back on. Every 20 subs, we'll put that on. Yep. Dude, I love hummus. Sure. Don't watch. Ooh, a day ago. Yes, follow Chop, y'all.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir
Yep,
Spooks,
everything
and
was
today
in
we'll
the
take
butt.
a look at 7 scary videos.
This
But
isn't
before
fucking
we begin,
Europe.
make sure to subscribe to my channel for more scary content. Alright, with that said, let's begin.
I gotta put the quotes together.
The first video we'll be taking a look at today comes from the TikTok account VCD, who can be seen filming from inside his car before pulling up to a house. And it's here that he immediately senses something is very wrong. Right away, the uploader gets understandably freaked out when he discovers that the stove has somehow been turned on. Afterward, he takes a moment to breathe and collect himself, but he doesn't get much time to do that, because then this happens.
Why is that on?
And it's here that he immediately senses something is
Might be.
very wrong. Right away, the uploader gets understandably freaked out when he discovers that the stove has somehow been turned on. Afterward, he takes a moment to breathe and collect himself, but he doesn't get much
Grant
time
that
to do
marshmallow
that,
slut.
because then this happens.
Why is that on? Why was that damn door?
Who's ready for a nap?
That door was not shut.
I am.
Out of nowhere, a door closes by itself, much to the uploader's shock. Clearly rattled, he frustratedly calls out, "Who are you? What do you want?" Probably not expecting an answer, but
Go
that's
for a
exactly
nap.
what he gets.
On
Who are
Saturday,
you?
I disappeared, and
do you
Coffee and I
want?
went and lay down. And I was like, I'm just gonna lay down for a little bit. I'm not gonna nap.
I'm out.
Totally fell asleep.
A strange, disembodied voice can be heard responding with a chilling word: leave. The video ends with the man doing exactly that, leaving the house as quickly as he can without looking back. This clip was only posted to TikTok a little over a month ago, so hopefully we'll get an update sometime
Dude,
soon.
that salsa was
It's
so
definitely
good.
bizarre and unsettling incident.
I gotta
to say
send you
the
guys
least.
recipes too.
While skeptics might wonder if the stove or door could have mechanical issues, the clear, close-by voice telling him to leave is what pushes this encounter into much stranger territory. If it's real, it's the kind of experience you don't easily forget. On November 12, 2011, a YouTube channel by the name of Schwab304 posted a video that shows a young man named Will and documents the strange, creepy events happening inside his dorm room at West Virginia University. In the video, Will explains that unexplainable things happen in his dorm room every single night at exactly 1 o'clock in the morning. He describes hearing weird noises, but says he's never been able to figure out exactly what they are or where they're coming from.
Says
Will then sits
Ominenor.
quietly listening for any signs of activity
Ominenor.
while his friend films him. After a little while, Will stands up to walk around the dorm, saying that he heard something, and that's when this happens.
What is that?
Oh, the salsa? Yes.
Look over here.
Those lime chips? Oh my lord. Homemade peanut butter cookies?
I think it stopped. Oh my god!
Out of nowhere, a whole bunch of Will's belongings are thrown across the room, almost like whatever spirit might
Something
be lingering
literally
there
threw
suddenly got angry and
stuff at it.
decided to
Watch.
trash the place. The video ends pretty abruptly after that, leaving us all to wonder what happened next to Will and his friend. Unfortunately, this is the only video ever posted to Will's channel, and considering how much time has passed, it's highly unlikely we'll ever get an official update on what became of Will, or whether the haunting ever got worse.
And they're super
While
easy
some
to
might
make
argue
too,
that
Luffy.
something off camera could have been responsible
Sometimes
for
I just
tossing
make
the
that
objects,
cream cheese spread just
strings,
to dip
someone
veggies
hiding,
into it.
etc. The timing and Will's genuine reaction feel convincing. If it was a setup, they pulled it off pretty well, especially for a short early 2010s video. But what do you guys think? Was Will dealing with an angry spirit in his dorm room? Or could there be a more rational explanation for what we're seeing here? Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what you think. Over on TikTok, a user named Danny C posted a series of videos
that's
to his
it?
account showing some seriously eerie activity happening inside his young child's bedroom, seemingly in the middle of the night. The footage, shot on a home security camera, shows Danny walking into his child's room. He sighs as he notices toys scattered across the floor and starts picking them up. But he doesn't get far, because then this happens.
Cardo! This just opened by itself. While I was in there. Did you move Mickey Mouse? Close it, please. Nobody's in there, right?
A door inside the child's bedroom swings open on its own for no apparent reason,
Have you made it
prompting
before,
Danny
Chris?
to immediately call for someone else living in the house to come help. The two men then search the room, but they don't find anything that could explain what just happened. In a second video, the other man is wandering around the child's bedroom. The two of them get into a light argument about something, but it's right in the middle of their conversation that something even stranger happens.
Don't yell like that. Look at me. First of all, don't raise your voice like that. It's inappropriate. And see, now the ghost is very upset. Don't do that.
Out of nowhere, one of the child's toys visibly moves by itself. Amazingly,
Why would
both
you
the
laugh,
man
though?
and the child seem to laugh it off and don't appear too shaken by it.
What's up, Jake?
Of course, some might suggest that doors and toys can sometimes move because of airflow, vibrations, or mechanical issues. But the timing and the fact that it happens twice in quick succession definitely raises some eyebrows.
I'd be like, nah.
If it's a coincidence, it's a very eerie one. So what do you guys think is going on here? Is Danny's child's bedroom haunted by a playful spirit?
I'm just eating some
Or is there a
hummus.
more down-to-earth explanation for what we're seeing? Either way, if the activity keeps up, Danny might want to start thinking about finding a new place to live, just to be safe.
Some hummus and carrots.
The next video we'll be taking a look at comes from the popular Paranormal Encounters subreddit and was posted by a user known as jturley85. The uploader provides some helpful context surrounding the footage, which was reportedly filmed in Beaver, Utah. Here's what they wrote. Quote, "My wife's co-worker went out hunting this past weekend. They apparently took a pack
If
of
y'all
dogs
were
out with them. While in
living
the
in a
mountains,
place
two of
that
the
was
dogs
haunted,
ran off. They chased
or
after
what you
them
deemed
and
as
eventually
haunted,
found
would
both
you try
dogs
moving?
ripped apart after some searching. While trying to look for whatever caused it, they found this and recorded it through their scope. I tried to upscale the video for clarity, but this was the best I could get. Anyone know what this could be?" End quote. Let's take a look at the footage and see for ourselves.
How bad is the haunting? I guess it does depend on the severity of it.
Whatever that thing is, it's pure nightmare fuel.
Like, what would
The figure
you
caught in the scope
consider
is tall,
like
lanky, and moves
to
in
be
a deeply
bad?
unnatural way.
Like, terrible.
In the comments, the uploader adds
Also,
that the
Creations, how you
arms
doing?
look extremely long and thin, with what appears to be hair or fur
Did move, but
hanging
that
off
wasn't
of them.
why.
They initially thought it might just be another hunter, but after watching the footage
Really,
more
Voxros?
closely, they are no longer so sure. A lot of commenters are throwing out one chilling theory, that this might be a skinwalker. Based on the creature's bizarre shape, eerily long limbs, and the disturbing circumstances that led to the encounter,
Dude, that sort of
it's
stuff,
honestly
like
not hard to see why.
Skinwalkers? Mm-mm.
Of course, we can't say for certain what was caught on camera here. Some skeptics have suggested it could be a person in unusual
Really?
clothing, a case of video distortion, or even an intentional hoax.
Move
But
lamps?
if this is a hoax, it's a
Like
remarkably
table-side
convincing
lamps
one,
or what?
especially with the panic backstory and the remote mountainous setting. So what do you think? Was this a real sighting of a skinwalker, or something even stranger? Or do you think there's a more rational explanation
That looks
hiding
like
just beneath the
underwater.
surface? Let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments, because whatever
Congrats
it
on
was,
partner, thank
it
you.
definitely wasn't normal.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget, y'all, if you would like to get yourself as a personalized cat butt drawing, 5 gifted subs gets you there. 10 subs, we sing karaoke. Every 20
A
subs,
person named
we wear our
Irakli
hot dog
Rodonaya
outfit for
posted a video to
an
their
hour.
YouTube account all the way back in December of 2009, showing what appears to be a casual moment of filming outside their car somewhere in Moscow. For the first minute or so, nothing really seems out of the ordinary.
Dude, I
it
can't
just looks
stand
like
Ghost
someone filming
Adventures.
random scenes around
Zach?
the city. It's slow, uneventful, and honestly a little boring at first. But that all changes pretty quickly, as I'm sure you could have guessed.
Would hear cooking in the middle of the night? Damn, I have it on a timer right now. But yes. Become a cat butt. What were we watching? There's something in the sky? See, what I think is scary when it comes to like
Hovering in the sky in the middle of the night
Space
is what
stuff?
appears to be a massive pyramid-shaped UFO. The object just sits there, eerily silent and
Is things
unmoving,
that
creating a
we don't
surreal,
necessarily
almost
get told.
hypnotic image.
But I
Many
also
people in the
understand
comments
that
expressed frustration that
we don't get
Irakli
told for
didn't stop
certain
the car
reasons.
and get out to film the object more steadily.
when it comes
The
down
video
to like
is quite
how
shaky,
society
which makes
would
it
react.
difficult to fully make out the details, but it's still one of the more unique UFO shapes ever caught on camera. Some
I mean,
viewers
when
have
people were like,
speculated that this could be
when
a
they
digital
finally
hoax,
released that
drone
aliens were
formation,
real or
even a
something,
government experiment.
everybody was pretty
But
much
others
like,
argue that the
"We know."
size, structure, and behavior of the object are simply too strange to explain
7
away
subs
easily.
till our next goal.
Either way, it's a highly intriguing piece of footage that will definitely leave you scratching your head.
I
A
remember you
Williamsburg
talking about that
resident
copy.
named Abby Sobota posted a video to her TikTok account that shows her exploring an old, allegedly haunted basement. And let's just say, it turns
we
out to
were
be a
at
decision
in
she may have
Chicago.
regretted. We watch as Abby wanders through the dim, run-down basement, filming her surroundings. She notes that the area looks like it might have once been a prison, since many of the doors down there resemble jail cells, complete with heavy bars and narrow openings.
That's freaky.
As she's commenting on these cell-like doors and walking deeper into the basement, something truly unsettling happens that shakes her to the core.
Like there are these what looks like prison cells down
Did
here.
y'all know this beforehand or no?
Look at these.
Also, thank you for that hydrate.
Tell me that's not absolutely horrifying. What the
I actually have to get more stuff.
did you
Hi, Tish.
shadow?
Dude, yesterday was Fester's birthday. He turned 3. But, okay. Hold on. So I'm not talking over this. Y'all already know that we've had incidents where Fester just puts himself and shoves himself behind the dryer, you know? Well, he did it again yesterday. And Coffee and I were even talking about it. And Coffee's like, oh, you probably, like, I think you did it well enough to where, like, he couldn't get behind it. I was like, yeah, we'll see. Sure enough, came home. Fester was behind the dryer. He does this every single time we leave. Like, we're gone for a couple days. All right, Mick, thank you so much. I appreciate it. 1 second. Let me go get some refills. He is 3, y'all. He's behind there like, help! Help! I'm like, you son of a bitch. Nice mug, thank you. Also, I don't know what I was gonna say. Vero? Wait, Vero. You got Vero when? Are you saying partnered? Or verification? I got the confirmation email for partner last Thursday morning. And then I got, so my verification was what, last month as well? Warzone, what's up? How you doing? Not bad. We, next month will actually also be our 2 years on Kick, so. Yep. It's crazy. But, oh, Coffee, do you want the turkey spaghetti? Or would you rather have burrito bowls tonight?
Hello?
A strange sound suddenly echoes through the space, followed closely by the appearance of a mysterious shadow. What's chilling is that Abby appears to be completely
Yeah, I figured
alone.
that'd be better since
There's
we
no
had
one else
basically
visible in the
pasta
basement
yesterday.
with her. The video ends just seconds after
Bye,
the
Jake.
incident,
Take it easy.
leaving us
Wow.
with no
Take
idea
it
what
easy.
happened next.
Yeah, the
Thankfully,
greens sound good.
Abby
That's why
wasn't
these
harmed.
carrots
She
sounded
still
really good
actively
too.
posts on TikTok, but as far as this particular video goes, no update has ever been shared. Now, one possible explanation is that the shadow might have been cast by someone walking outside, especially if there's a light source or small window nearby. It's not impossible, but if you rewatch the clip closely, the timing
just
and
some,
angle of the shadow
ground
still feel a
turkey
bit off.
In
It
some
doesn't quite
spaghetti
behave
sauce.
the way you'd expect a natural shadow to. So what was
But
it?
I made
A shadowy
chili
spirit tied to
yesterday,
a
so
dark
we had
past,
noodles with
a
that.
strange trick of light, or maybe just the mind playing tricks in an eerie setting. If that basement really was part
At some
of a
point, I
former
need to
prison,
rack your shipping
then
brain.
perhaps a
My
lingering
shipping
presence
brain.
from the past was making itself known. And in a world like
Like
this,
how to ship
anything
items?
is possible.
Yeah, coffee.
Reddit user Wrestling is Real posted a video to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit.
My day's
that's been
going pretty
gaining
dang
a lot
well.
of traction lately, and after watching it,
I think
it's
I might
easy
nap
to see
here in a
why.
bit.
According to the uploader, he was simply out for a walk in Scotland when he passed by an old abandoned building. He says he started hearing strange banging noises coming from around the property, and naturally, curiosity got the best of him, so he decided to investigate. Here's what he captured.
Yeah, I had thought about getting a P.O. box before, but I didn't, but, I was able to use, like, other addresses.
It is a ghost. Mate. Must be.
But yeah, that would be your best one.
No, it's a ghost.
Is it really?
There's nothing
It's
else
hundreds? Wow!
Something definitely feels off. The way the board flaps open and close has a jerky,
$2.49?
almost unnatural movement to it. And just as things seem to calm down, there's another noise, and then the motion suddenly stops, as if whatever was causing it decided to go still. The
An
uploader
entire
also notes
vagine?
that no one else was around when the video was filmed. And while some might point to the wind as the cause, he raises a good
I'm
question.
glad today we kind of
If it
had
really
like a
was
bit
the
of a
wind,
chill day.
why did it stop the
though, y'all.
moment
So,
that second
again,
noise occurred?
Thank you.
While there's always the chance this was caused by airflow, pressure changes, or an unstable structure reacting to the environment, there's no denying that the timing, the movement, and the setting all combine to make this feel seriously creepy. Honestly, this is one of the most bizarre and unsettling clips I've come across in a while, and I might just think twice about exploring abandoned buildings in Scotland
See,
anytime soon.
that to
What do
me
you
doesn't
think?
seem like
Just an
anything.
old board and some wind, or something
Show
more?
us the top
Let
of the
me know
building,
in the
you know?
comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And that was
Let's see if
7 scary
anybody's up there.
videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Sir Spooks, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Okay.
On October 10th of 2023, a toy camera captures footage of a girl playing with her toys and talking about her day.
For
The entire
labels,
video
yeah.
is nothing more than just a miniature vlog, as all she does is talk about her day and what she plans on doing with her
I hate
friends
that
in
you
the following
can't just
week.
use the
But there's something about this video that has left the girl's family deeply
the
unsettled.
post office.
You're messing
address.
around with my little sister's camera. It's
And
weird.
it's weird.
Okay, I'm just gonna show it to you. Just okay.
It goes without saying, but the video is pretty creepy. The following is the full video from the toy camera, posted by the older sister. Take a look.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my Skibidi toilet collection that I just got today. We went to a toy store and they had all of these things like this cameraman, these tiny little action figures, this big Skibidi toilet, and these ones. And then we actually found these Skibidi toilet shoes and they say Skibidi toilet on them, and I'm gonna wear it to school tomorrow. A lot of kids at my school like Skibidi toilets.
Wow, is he not taking your advice, Mr. Hoofy?
Saw my friend the other day, and we went on a walk.
What the fuck is that thing?
We also got ice cream that day, and I'm having a lot of
Okay. Oh, see, that's smart. Is that the oh my god, it looked like him, Nigel?
What starts off as an innocent video turns into something completely different. Midway through the footage, something catches her attention, but after seeing whatever it was, she's immediately put on edge. It's as if she was paralyzed with fear, but thankfully, she was able to leave before things got a whole lot creepy. Only a few minutes later, we see this. A dark figure passes in front of the tent. It's hard to make out what this was, but her older sister is certain that this is what her sibling had seen. Now, it's unknown if she's asked her about what she saw, as the only information on this video is the context she gave. But until there's an update, we won't know for sure what was there. So until then, you be the judge on what was captured.
Freaking Nigel.
In this next video, a grandmother is celebrating her birthday while being surrounded by friends and family, all of whom are singing happy birthday to her. As the video plays out, it seems that this footage is nothing more than just a normal video of someone recording their grandma, or at least it seems like that. Because as you continue to watch, something happens that makes this video the stuff of nightmares. This is what was caught. As everyone collectively sings, a shadow-like figure bolts behind the grandma. In a swift motion, the figure is gone. It rushes over at full speed, but not so fast that we can't discern what this was. As viewers have noted, it kinda looks like a child, or a girl to be exact, who's running at an inhuman speed. Perhaps it was running so fast that no one had noticed it except the camera. Now this video becomes a whole lot creepier when reading the description it came with. As it states, the grandmother in this footage had a daughter who unfortunately passed away many years ago. When she was alive, she would often run around the house while playing with her older sibling. It's for this reason that she believes that this was her spirit. But as always, you be the judge on what was captured. Was a ghost caught on camera, or had something else been caught? It's late at night when a man gets something on camera that leaves him extremely unsettled. The man recording this is known as Drosa, and on this night, he was looking after his little niece and nephew. He was taking care of them all by himself when his niece began to point at something in the dark. Drosa, their uncle, didn't think much of it until he noticed that she wouldn't stop pointing at this spot. Nothing appeared to be there, so Drosa wasn't sure as to what she was seeing. But as she kept on pointing, he began to think that maybe something is actually there. Feeling immensely unnerved, he records this video.
But yes, I'm down for
Then this door is wide open over here, man. Or just, I don't know. She's like looking over there like there's someone over there. She's freaking me out. Look, she's pointing. See? There's someone over there. I'm freaking out. Who are you pointing at? Who is he? How come you keep pointing? Where's he at? Is he over there? Who is he? I'm not really sure who it is, but yeah, she's like pointing upwards. They must be tall or something.
Nope.
she's pointing again. Look.
Yeah, if there's like
His
something
niece
like
would
that.
not stop pointing at this spot for some reason. Even creepier is that she points towards the ceiling, suggesting that whatever is
Be like,
there
oh,
is
you're
most
old
likely
enough to
tall.
watch yourself.
But as if things couldn't
You're
get any more
good.
creepy, Droza records this.
Yeah, she sent something though. Like it's crazy because like, oh no, I'm just babysitting my niece and nephew. My nephew's right here. Then it's her, and then she keeps pointing at something.
See ya.
You gotta get out of here, man. You gotta leave, man. Honestly. You're not welcomed here. Leave. Wherever you are, leave. You're scaring my niece. Look, she keeps pointing at you. Get the out of here, man.
Just when things were getting tense, this happens. An object unexpectedly falls towards Droza and his niece. It's almost as though something had thrown it. Caught off guard, Droza is left speechless, but only to a certain point, because later he vents his frustration with whatever it was that was messing with him and his niece.
You gotta get out of here, man. You gotta leave, man.
Uh-oh.
He then stops recording and decides to ignore it. Despite everything, he still, to this day, has no idea as to what his niece was seeing at this hallway.
When in doubt, man, bear, pig. Yep.
At approximately 3 p.m., a mother grabs her phone to record something highly unusual that just happened. This odd occurrence had taken place around the back entrance of the house. She films this video, hoping that it happens again, but only this time on camera. The only other time she's recorded this door was when one of her dogs had cracked the glass on the window pane. Although initially extremely upset, she now looks back at this memory with great nostalgia, as recently her dog was put to sleep. But fast forward to this exact day, and she's once again recording this door, when suddenly this happens.
Even when it's open, it shows up. Move. Can you move?
Can you move? She's taking a video.
It's coming back.
Is that a dog silhouette?
Oh, it's got darker.
Can you move?
Aww.
Wait, it moved spots. It wasn't spot in the middle.
Me?
No, you're not. Wait, disappeared.
Now it's disappearing. He's going to play with the dogs.
Great.
And then it's going to
Now
come
I'm
back.
sad. Yes, let's nap. Let's do it. I'm 100% about to.
It's coming back.
Yeah. That's crazy. No, because when I'm looking at it, I can see a face a little bit.
Looking closely, a distinct outline can be made out. What looks to be the silhouette of a dog can be seen on the glass. It appears out of nowhere and stays in place as though waiting to be let inside. But it's only there momentarily before seemingly fading away.
That's so
The family no
sad.
doubt believes that this was the spirit of their belated dog who was sadly put down. Although deeply saddened, they're happy to know that their presence is still here. Ghost or not, this footage reassures them that even if they had no choice but to put them down, their beloved pet will always be there no matter what.
Well, great.
In the following video, a group of friends are playing with a toy known as
Thank
Simon,
you,
when out of
Cam.
nowhere,
How you
things
doing?
take a very creepy turn. Now it's worth noting this toy only has one function,
shout-outs
which
for
is to
Cam.
generate a pattern of lights and sounds for the player to memorize and win the game.
Okay, so
It's a simple game of short-term memory skill. However, in this
I was
video, it
thinking I
appears
was
that the
gonna
toy
say
was
short-term
acting
memory
beyond
loss.
its intended purpose. Rather than generating patterns, it was answering questions.
Okay, I'll go. Okay, is my shirt black? Oh, dude! This thing is possessed, man. This thing is possessed.
Ask a no.
Am I a girl? Oh!
Okay, so it knows.
Dude,
Now, the video was taken at a house party where a group of friends gathered in the hostess' little sister's bedroom. The young sister was away from home. They had grown bored of the party downstairs, so they hung out here with all the toys and games. But little did they know that staying up here was a big mistake. This is their video.
Dude, it was acting up earlier. Yeah, that's crazy.
You guys keep being here.
Maybe they don't know what's happening. How to play.
Really? Hanging out.
Chris, hello. How you doing?
This thing is possessed, man. This thing is possessed. All right, okay. Ask a question. Ask a question.
What color is the sky? Wait. I guess I need to ask yes or no. Is the sky blue?
No! Dude, come on, ask a question.
It's probably just like broken.
Dude, get over here. Ask it a question,
This is the one
dude.
we started
It's kind of exhilarating.
after the first one.
Yeah.
Am I black?
I don't know if
Oh.
it's in the green one.
Oh! It knows, dude.
Throw
It
that
knows.
Like
It knows.
stuck on the green button or something.
Ask a
Listen to
no.
the friend that
Am I a
said
girl?
Throw it out.
Oh!
Okay, so it knows.
Dude, it knows, dude.
So
This
it
thing's,
knows.
this thing's, it's like one of those Ouija boards,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, like-
It knows. Oh.
My mom played with one.
Come on, guys. Have you guys not seen horror movies?
Oh, dude, the picture, dude. The picture.
Nope. Nope.
Oh. She drew that?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, this will actually like tell.
Okay. Are you with us in this room?
Oh, sorry. I'm a little ways.
It's not gonna work. Put like 2 fingers on it or something.
Oh, dude! Oh
I had
my
to turn it
gosh,
up a
that's
little
so
bit, but
creepy.
hello.
That is so creepy, dude.
Okay, is this...
Find that thing.
Dude, it's just on the floor, man.
Yo, are we actually haunted right now?
I'm like actually kind of scared, dude. Dude, like, what even is that?
We should put that down.
Like that?
Or just
Okay, okay.
This
All
reminds
right,
me
well,
of the
let's get
Paranormal
appropriate.
Activity movies.
one of them. I'm leaving.
Did you guys hear them there?
What?
Window? It came from right here, yeah? You guys hear that? We're on the second floor.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay.
All right, fine. That's enough. That's enough.
Feeling totally creeped out, the group hurries out of the room, leaving everything behind. The tap on the window convinced them that something strange was indeed happening. According to them, it didn't make sense that someone was outside tapping on the window, considering that they were on the second floor. There was also no balcony. If no one had been outside, then who or even what was at the window? While the group has yet to come up with an answer, they can't help but think that the figure in the picture
Also,
had something to do with this.
don't forget, y'all,
Viewers
5
believe
subs
the toy was being
gets you
used as a conduit
your
for
own
communicating with the group,
personalized
and that the
cat
drawing,
butt.
which may be the child's so-called imaginary friend, was responding to them through this toy. Although it's not
10
certain if
subs
that's
gets
the
you a
case,
karaoke
the friends
song
fully
as
believe that
well.
it was.
What color is the sky? Wait. I guess I need to ask yes or no.
So then, just what exactly was going on here? As with most videos, this one remains a mystery.
Mystery.
This next video was recorded by a father who swears that something unexplainable was captured on his baby monitor. It was on December 20th of 2023 when this incident took place. Around 9 p.m., he and his wife were having playtime with their 2 kids before going to bed. They usually play games such as tag or hide and seek, but unlike other times, something
no.
happens that to this
Somebody
day the
get
father
put
can't
in a
explain. He records the footage of this incident on his phone.
Suitcase.
Take
oh
a
my
look.
gosh.
I smell the blood
was unintentional. What? Did he get scared from his reflection?
I know, but we're downstairs.
Oh.
Heart attack here. This is stressing me out.
You're stressed out.
What?
I need to change my diaper.
Oh my God.
Thinking that his wife or kid was hiding in the closet, he waits for them to come out.
Oh yeah,
But unbeknownst
this
to
is
him,
the
no one was inside.
MV7 Plus.
Understandably, the father was totally freaked out. He swears that right before the door opened, he heard a voice. Looking back at this clip, he can finally rest assured that he wasn't just hearing things, but rather having actually heard something. Despite having no explanation for this odd occurrence, the family has been getting comments from those who believe that something supernatural had occurred. But regardless of what this could have been, the family is adamant on keeping the closet locked. As they state, they'd rather forget about this whole incident and hope that it
sure
doesn't
makes
happen
incredible
again.
mics. Hi, buddy. Hello.
If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. Now this next video comes from a woman named Morgan Lambert, who while being on a farm in the Appalachian Mountains, captures something pretty spooky on camera. The exact location of this farm is unknown, but Morgan mentions that the property is owned by her family, who've had more than a couple of paranormal experiences on this land. The video starts off with Morgan recording a silly moment with her husband, who came along with her to visit her family's farm. They're here to check the property, as recently strong winds have struck the place. But as she vlogs, something happens that prompts her to stop recording.
Can I have a
As Morgan claims, her
mod
own voice
change
was heard
the
coming from the distance, beckoning to her husband.
category to
Mind
just
you,
chatting?
she was right next to him when this happened. Take a look.
Yeah, it was his birthday yesterday.
We were on an adventure. Check
He was
fence lines,
cuddling
make sure no
so
trees
hard
fell on it
last
because
night.
We had like 50-mile-an-hour winds. We're gonna check it instead of my dad. Oh God, I'm freezing. Pretty. Oh God. I'm a spell. I said, oh God.
Thank you, Jogs. Thank you.
Sure. I just said, oh God, because no, I really did. What are you talking about? What? What are you talking about? I think we're okay. Hey, don't run. It's okay. We're good. We're good. I don't hear. Go.
Look at how cute he is.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Are you messing with me right now? Yeah, no, I don't really hear anything. What do you hear? You don't hear.
It's hard to make out what's being said with all the wind in the background, but if you listen closely, the words baby and hey can be made out. But further adding to the weirdness of this incident is the fact that Morgan didn't hear anything. Based on the footage, her husband was the only one hearing the voice.
I just said, oh God, because no, I really did.
Upon hearing
That's so
it, he was
weird.
totally spooked. With no one else having been there, the
Monday's
question is
been a
begged,
fuck.
just who on
You
this
should
vast
tell work
land
to
in a secluded
fuck
part of
off.
the Appalachians was beckoning to the husband.
Here, I'll call them and tell them, okay? You might not have a job afterwards, but that's the chance
This
we're willing
last
to
video
take.
comes from Edgar V, and in this footage, Edgar is recording a toy mirror that belongs to his daughter. She's been playing with this toy ever since Edgar's neighbor had given it to his family. They've had this toy for quite some time, but as of
Edgar?
recent, they now think it's best to get rid of it. Edgar says that just a few nights ago, he was passing by his daughter's room when he heard her talking to the mirror. It sounded like she was having a full-blown conversation with someone else. Now, it
You're
should be
good?
noted
Oh,
that this mirror
well,
does
fine.
actually talk. It would say pre-recorded things like, hello, or hi, I'm the magical mirror. But this time, it was saying things that didn't seem pre-recorded. From odd responses to creepy questions, the toy seemed almost alive. In this short clip, Edgar and his wife interact with the mirror.
Hola, bienvenido al Castillo de los Sueños del Espejo Mágico. ¿Cuál es tu nombre? Yo soy Jessie, la princesa más bella del Castillo de los Sueños del Espejo Mágico. ¡Qué tierna eres! Nosotras seremos mejores amigas. ¿Tu personaje favorito? Si papá pregunta, mi favorito es mi papi. Si mamá pregunta, yo responderé que la que más me gusta es mi mami. Y si tú me preguntas, te diré que el que más me gusta eres tú. Soy una niña muy inteligente.
Now, viewers couldn't help but notice how quickly the toy responds. According to some, it seemed a little too fast for an average toy like itself. Some have even pointed out that it shouldn't be speaking, as they themselves have this exact toy, but theirs doesn't talk or say anything
What
like
was that
Edgar's.
little like
It's
button
for this reason that
or
the family decided to store
plug
the toy inside
in the
their
top
shed.
right?
Over time, though, Edgar's children would come in and mess with the toy. From scrapping it to beating it up, a number has been done to this mirror. Because of this, Edgar had to replace some parts, but nevertheless, the toy still works. In this short clip, he shows the toy once again, as viewers want to see if it gives the same responses
Fester's
as
taking a
last
shower.
time. But as he films, he gets this.
Puta, sí tengo miedo.
Okay, it's just my foot.
Hola, bienvenido al Castillo de los Sueños del Espejo Mágico.
Hola.
Hola, encantado de conocerte.
Gracias, a mí igual. Me da gusto.
Eres muy divertido. ¿Tienes una fiesta?
No, no tengo fiesta. ¿Tú tienes?
No sé. Cuando me levanté, te vi a ti.
¡Ay, vas y chingas a tu madre!
Just like before, the toy talks back at the right time, as though responding like a real person.
That's so
the fact
weird.
that it also says responses different from before has convinced
But
the
I
family
feel like
that it's
there's like a
unlike any other
microphone
toy.
in it or some
They
shit.
think that it might be cursed or haunted. Whatever the case might be, they don't want to mess with it and think it's best if they keep it away from their home. To this day, the family has yet to know what exactly is going on with this toy. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one.
Oh my god,
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and make sure to hit the bell icon so you don't miss any uploads in the future. Also, be sure to check out the official TikTok account for this channel. That being said, until next time.
Woo! Oops. It's just a piece of plastic. That's your princess mirror? I thought you said something completely different. I am not going to lie, creation. Also, hello.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Oh. There you go. Yeah, Fester's 3 years old, you guys. Ugh. Dang, dang, dang. What's going on? Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, y'all. That was a mighty fun stream back. I appreciate, like I said, everybody for hanging out. As long as you could, popping in, lurking, whatever you were doing. I appreciate it. Stewie, what's up? Also, go follow Creation. Do it now. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Also, don't forget, for this month, y'all, you can become a cat butt. I will be drawing y'all as cat butts if you gift 5 subs. 10 subs is a karaoke song, and every 20 subs we do our dress up as a hot dog. And yeah, that's what we got going on. Gross? How is that gross? How is that gross? This is art, okay? We got Mr. Hoofy. We got Jugs. We got Miss Murder. We got Hoofy. Okay? All right? It's incredible. I kind of want to send this to somebody at the end of the month, but I don't know how I would do it. But Stewie, hello. Yeah, so this month, y'all, is already popping, already happening. Don't forget, every 50 subs, we get a new emote that's for the entire month. So once we hit, so we're technically 17 away from that. And then it just continues for the month. 100 subs every time we hit that will be merch giveaway. So yes, I will. I got you, Miss Murder. I got you. Let me take a picture now and do it, or else I will forget. I did a little mummified tail too. Murder. I love it so much. Okay. Who do we have on right now for who is trying to get verified or partnered? Does anybody know if anybody is on at the moment that is trying to get verified or partnered? Luce is on? Okay, beautiful. All right, we're gonna go show love over to Let Loose, y'all. Whether you're lurking, whether you're chatting, please, by all means, keep that tab up for her. And yeah, look at that. Look at that. I love it. I love to see it. Thank you guys. YouTube, thank you for being here as well. Don't forget for this week and possibly next week, I'm trying to see, we will be just streaming horizontally on Kick, and then YouTube will be vertical streams, so the shorts. So if you want to catch any streams, that's where we will be. And yeah, I do appreciate everybody for everything. Thank you so much, YouTube. I will see y'all later. See you tomorrow. We stream every day, well, Monday through Friday. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern, and then Fridays are 3 p.m. Eastern, okay? Bye-bye, YouTube.